Okay, I think I'm streaming. Yay. Oh, let's 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 streaming. Yay. Was that a weird echo that everybody heard? Because I did not mute any of my other things. I hope nobody else heard that. But anyway, alright, I've got to advertise, so hang tight, but please hang out and chill out for a few while I advertise. If you're not here yet, that's okay, because I don't expect anybody to be here yet. But anyway, if anybody's tuning in, or is listening, or watches the VOD, or the YouTube video later, I'm starting way later than I thought I would for a variety of reasons. But the good news is that I officially have tomorrow off from work. And actually, so this is Thanksgiving week. I officially have the rest of the week off as well. Long story short, I have a lot of PTO this year because earlier this year I used the rest of my FMLA from having my first child last year. I didn't use it all at once, so I saved some. And then earlier this year, the entire family contracted COVID, so we got some time off from that. And so that was time that I ended up not using my PTO. So yeah, so I was like, well, I could just use it all in December, or I could like elongate this particular Thanksgiving week. And I figured that'd be a good thing to do. I still have time to use that I haven't used yet, so. But anyway, new and exciting news. I was cleaning my office, and that's where I have pretty much a large majority of my magic stuff, magic supplies, decks and books for magic tricks and things. But I found a few things that I was like, oh, I should probably maybe try and use these for stream. And I don't know if they will work, but a couple of things that I potentially wanted to try, I kind of want to add new redeems for them. So actually, while there's nobody around now, let me go ahead and do that. So I could probably get it in before people start trickling in. Chris M. Yee, welcome in. How are you doing today, sir? Thank you for the resub. Thank you kindly, greatly appreciated. I've trickled in. Whoa. All right. You're well. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I was just kind of describing my situation, and I got started later today due to a variety of reasons, but that's okay. Let's see. Hey, welcome in. Checking the gaff meter. How's it going? Yeah, magic time. That's right. Queue is open if anybody wants to request anything. I'm in the process of deciding on whether I could quickly add 2 new redeems, because I was like, let me see if I can just get those in there. So let me see. Custom manage rewards. Because I found a couple of decks. Yeah. Hello. Very well. Hope you are as well. Go for it. Awesome. Yeah. So the new redeems that I want to add, one of them is going to be plastic deck, because I found these cards that are like this plastic material, and so like they're the waterproof, but these are like not flat, so they're designed in a way that is like made so that it's easier for magicians to handle, but they are much more slippery than regular paper cards. And then the other plastic cards that I found are actually these ones, which are the smooth plastic, but they are partially see-through. So I think I'll do a redeem for plastic cards and clear cards separately. So if anybody decides to do some choose some tricks that are like, hey, and then we'll do some redeems. I think the clear deck is probably going to have to be more than the plastic deck, because depending on what trick it is, I think there might be something that could get revealed in some circumstances. Um, but yeah, so let's see here. Uno cards. All right, so we'll call plastic cards. Plastic cards, and we'll make that. I don't know. Let's start off with opaque plastic cards. Okay, we'll try that, and then the other one will be clear. I'm a little bit more nervous about these ones, so with clear plastic cards. So we'll just make that a little bit more. Clear plastic cards. All right. Okay, according to Twitch, I think I have just added two new, yeah, one at 500, one at 1,000. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. So let's see. What did I miss? Welcome in everybody who's here. Welcome in Charlie's Beats. Welcome in Gibson Lens. Welcome in Curviously Jen. How's it going? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Oh, excellent. We have a trick in the queue, number one. Number two, I just found out today that it is Happy National Absurdity Day. So if we can be absurd today, that would be great. Okay, and let's see. This one was requested by Chris M. Yee, and the fact that a bunch of you guys are early, and I do want to test out this plastic thing. You guys are going to get a free plastic, clear plastic card redeem. Let me see. All right, I did it. Cool. I think it's funny that Twitch gives the broadcaster an infinite number of channel points from for their own stream. So, all right. So it comes in a clear little plastic box like this. It's not like one of the normal ones that I have. It's the ones that these actually come in. Now I have a bunch of these, but these ones I actually thought would be. Oh God, I've already messed this up. Would be more okay, because a lot of the ones that are plastic, it's tougher to hide things. These are the only ones that I thought would be decent, because I can have cards on top of each other, face up and face down. Not that that necessarily broadcasts anything to you, but it may. Because some of them are not symmetrical in that respect. So, but anyway. All right, here we go. Clear plastic cards. And we're going, oh, hold on. I have to show StreamerSonglist. Okay, there we go. All right, Dr. Daly's last trick. All right, excellent. This is for, oh God, so I've had these for a very long time, and I think when I opened them last, I was not a magician yet, and I felt some like dirt material while just moving them on top of each other like that. Okay. Okay. And also, do we have heat map active? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to be asking some people some questions as we go through. Now, first things first. I have these 4 cards. They are the 4 aces. You may or may not have seen. Excellent. Somebody has already touched. All right, let me just slide over a little bit. Okay, now it's much more accurate. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So, they are here. They're in this order, right? So we can do this. If I was just to reverse count them, you would expect that, the ace of spades to be here. And if I place the ace of spades there, watch for the ace of spades. And now, if I show you where the ace of clubs is, I'm going to place the ace of clubs right on top. Now, if I was to ask everybody where the ace of spades is, if you are on browser, feel free to click anywhere on the screen and show me where you think the ace of spades is. Now, how I normally start this trick, I didn't do anything yet. Somebody clicking my mouth up. Wait. Okay. All right. So, Now, a lot of people are looking at this one, and one person has clicked here. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you that when I said I didn't do anything yet, you're correct, whoever said this, because this is actually the ace of spades. There's really nothing that I did yet, because I didn't do any magic. But the other person who guessed this one, that's actually one of the red aces. Now that you know what's up, I'm going to go ahead and perform it again. But look, I'm going to go ahead and show you that once again. Here's the... Oh, I'm just going to clear the heat map for a second. Okay, and we'll enable that again right now. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades here. And I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of clubs here. And then we'll place the other two. Now, where is the ace of spades? Where would you say it is? Alright, let me see. As people are putting in their votes, we got Charlie's Beats watching very closely. And we've got checking the gaff meter, introducing chaos! And we have Charlie's Beats watching with the eyes. Okay. We got some people. Alright. I did. It was absurd. No regrets. These cards are absurd. I know, right? Okay, so we've got a whole mash of things all over the place. So nobody guessed this one. And so anybody who guessed this one would have been incorrect. So good thing nobody guessed it. So intuitively, I did the exact same thing. I put the ace of spades here where you thought it should have been. However, if I show you, that's actually not the ace of spades. And actually not the ace of clubs either. So people would think that the black aces are over here. But whoever had guessed the ace of spades to be here, that one person is correct. This is the ace of clubs. So, there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Dr. Daly's last trick with clear cards, as requested by Chris M. Yee. So, thank you very much, everybody, for participating. Hopefully you enjoyed. Curviously Jen picked correct. What? Well done, Curviously Jen. You win my share of the internet for today. Full disclaimer, I don't own any shares of the internet. Hey, welcome in, Chan the Magic Man. How's it going? If we can get a shout out for Chan the Magic Man. If anybody is interested in watching more magic, Chan the Magic Man is doing Monday magic streams, so Monday evenings. Please give him a follow. Relatively new to just streaming magic. We just discovered that he was part of Twitch Magic not too long ago. And he does other streams like video games and things. So, but yeah. You could blue screen those cards. Alright, let's see. What do you mean by you could blue screen those cards? I mean, like, I could cause an error with those cards. Is that what you mean? Oh yeah, so everybody, the queue is open. If anybody would like to see some magic, feel free to request any magic. You can use your favorite StreamerSonglist for commands, or you can type in !random, and that'll randomly put one in the list. Otherwise, I'm just going to ramble on about whatever's in chat or whatever anybody else wants to talk about, and/, or things that are happening in my life. So, so yesterday, I met up with real magicians in real life. Put some background behind them. Oh yeah. I could do that. So yeah, clear cards. I also have plastic cards. So I added a couple new redeems, everybody. So if anybody is interested in trying, if you request a trick, and I can do it with those cards, feel free. So I added plastic cards at 500 channel points, clear plastic cards for 1,000 channel points, and then also I thought this would be fun. If anybody wants me to read an appropriate sentence in an epic voice, I will try to do that for 2,000 channel points. That aside, I also added last time 500 channel points to finger spell your name in ASL. So if you're familiar with the ASL alphabet. You probably don't need it or want it, but I'll try and if you want me to teach you how to do it, I can do it. Or if you just want me to do it at speed, so like my name is Nam, so that's how I would do it at speed, but it's NAM, and then Crazy Asian, because I don't do these. No, I totally did that wrong. There we go. Okay, maybe like green screen the cards, put some background behind them. Yeah, that's a good opener card trick. I mean, I didn't pick it. It was Chris M. Yee. He requested it. Chris, did you random that or did you actually select that? I still remember the ASL alphabet. Excellent. Cool. Random. Haha. Awesome. So praise be unto the RNG gods. I don't know if anybody is aware. I like to play board games, and sometimes when you need a randomization, I have this app. Let me see here. What? I don't want to show notifications. The app is designed for old. Yeah, that's fine. Continue. I have this app called Chawazi, and all you do is, and if you are not aware of this app, if you have a bunch of people and you just need to determine who goes first, everybody puts a finger on Chawazi, and then it will randomly select one of them. So it will randomly select that person to go first. Now, in my mind, when I've praised to the RNG gods, I actually use Chawazi as the god's name. So I actually say, praise be unto the god Chawazi. So I put like a name to the random number generating god that I believe in. So yeah, that's fun. If anybody wants it, Chawazi is a free app for I think every main thing. Oh, actually, while everybody is here, so we have a bunch of people here early, and I had a boss trick from last time, and that boss trick from last time used jumbo cards. So I would like to do that because it's bothering me, because I should be able to have done that trick no problem. And you know what? I feel like because it was a boss, I can't do it under the normal conditions with regular cards. So we are going to be doing it again under the correct conditions with jumbo cards. So if everybody's okay with that, we're going to do that. Let's see here. Alright, now first of all, if anybody doesn't know, I have boss tricks. If I either mess up or I don't do a trick to my satisfaction, it becomes a boss trick for next time. So it basically gives me homework until the next stream. And this was one of them. So I'm going to set up for this really quick, and then we're going to do it. And then it will be hopefully glorious. Because if it's not, it's going to become a boss trick again, and I do not want that to happen. Okay, guys, here we go. Boss. Also, if I don't do this early, I figured it was just going to mentally bother me for the rest of the night. So I'm like, alright, we're gonna do it. Okay, alright. First of all, I'm just going to reset the heat map because we're going to need people to select a suit. But first, I need you to notice that we have 4 red-backed cards and 4 blue-backed cards. I didn't even get like my normal cards out yet. I was playing with all these crazy cards. But I just want to show you how different in size these cards are. So this is a jumbo size card. This is a normal size card. It is pretty different. So as you can imagine, doing sleights with this, it's a different kind of experience. Anyway, so I've set aside 4 of the same cards for each of the piles. So I just want to show that they all happen to be the jacks, okay? And I do want everybody to note that all the jacks are in the same order for each of the piles. So we've got hearts, spade, diamond, club. All right, the heat map is back on. And let's say if you want to vote on a suit, let's have you vote on this set. Go ahead and heat map the one with the most votes will be the one that is the traveler. So in this case, the trick is called Traveling Man. And we're going to have one of these jacks travel to the other side, depending on which one. So far we've got a couple of votes for diamonds. We've got a few votes for diamonds, a vote for spade, and a vote for heart. So we'll give everybody like another, I don't know, 10 seconds if anybody wants to trickle in. But it looks like the most votes is currently on diamonds. So, all right, it looks like the diamond it is. Okay, so the diamond will be the traveler from one pile to the other pile. All right, now let me go ahead and just place the diamond into a position that will behoove us, like so. I just want you to remember that the diamond is third from the top. That's all you need to remember. So that when I turn the piles over, you'll know as I count down, it'll be third from the top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close these up and flip them over. So we have the red pile over here, the blue pile over there. And what we're going to do is show you a situation in which I'm just going to snap. With that snap, I've actually allowed the two traveling men to travel from each pile to the other pile. You can kind of think of this as working remotely with a different team. So this one could be the software team, this one could be the product team, but now they're going to have representation with the other team. So now if I show you in this pile, take a look. We have a blue backed card, right, in the other pile. And if I show you what this is indeed the Jack of Diamonds. I know, super weird. And this is the blue pile, but if I show you, we've got this over here, and that is actually the Jack of Diamonds. Now let's pretend they all finish a day of work, and they end up going back to their original teams. So, the software teams back together completely, product teams back together completely. And let's say they spend a day doing their work, and they're all perfectly fine, right? So they're all with their team. There's nothing weird with that. Okay. But look, the third day they're like, whoa, it was super useful to have that other team member from the other team. Let's go ahead and remote work with the other team. I know, that's so weird. But if I show you right now, take a look. There's actually one team member that has hopped from this side to that side, and actually there's been one team member that has actually hopped from that side to this side. And if I show you, this happens to be the Jack of Diamonds, and this also happens to be the Jack of Diamonds, and these are the other jacks. And that, my friends, is us beating the traveling man boss. And last time I forgot to beat the boss, and so this time I'm not going to forget. We're going to beat the boss officially right now. Boss tricks defeated, 14. All right. There we go. All right. Checking the gaff meter. Scoots back to seat with popcorn. Excellent. And then let's see. Thank you for the claps. Chris M. Yee, Doritos, checking the gaff meter. Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. All right. That was great. That felt good. Thank you kindly for being here. Okay, so one of the decks that I found that I was not going to be doing magic with, and because you guys are here, I'm going to show you what the decks are. There's no redeems for them because I don't think I can do magic with them. I fiddled around with them. It's going to be so difficult, but as I showed you that these were jumbo gigantic sized cards, I have two absurd shaped cards. We have extremely tiny, tiny cards. So I have this box right here. And this is like a cool, it's like 8-bit, it's like an 8-bit tiny card. These cards are tiny. This, here, just for comparison, regular size, tiny card. There's like 2 sleights I can do with this, and I can't do like 90% of the other sleights that I can do. So, super small, super small. I think there's one trick that I could probably do without an issue. So I guess if anybody selects the ambitious card trick, I would consider doing that with these, but otherwise most other tricks I don't think I can do. Because it's just too ridiculous. Yeah, honey, I shrunk the cards. One tiny trick, yeah. And then the other one is kind of like if the cards went on a diet, and they're not tiny, but they are skinny. So these are called the air deck. These are also made out of plastic, but they are like half the size of a normal card. So like if I show you, I fan these out, they kind of, they're scrunched together because the width of a card is this. And so I'm like, I don't know if, because not only are they extra slippery, but look, so here's the normal size card, right? And here's this size card. So like you could fit, I think you can fit literally 2 of them into one. So for purposes of like, I would say travel and space and the fact that they're plastic will make them good to clean. Like these are probably good if you want to play a card game like on a plane or while traveling or something. But like for Magic, like it's so hard to do some stuff. Like I actually fumbled with just doing a riffle shuffle earlier. So it's like, I guess I can riffle shuffle and just push in instead of doing the bridge. But like that is, yeah. So I'm not putting these on the list for redeems. But if I can come up with a trick that maybe uses them, it's certainly possible. But yeah, like there's so many things I cannot do with these. And I know I have some round cards somewhere, but I have not found those yet. So we'll have to come back to those. Anyway, if anybody's lurking or anybody who's just come in, hi, my name is Nam. I am a fan of sleight of hand card magic, and I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist for people to request tricks. So feel free to request a trick using your favorite StreamerSonglist commands, or you can do !TL to see them. And if you want to request something but you don't know what to request, just type in !random, and we'll randomly put one in there. Checking the gaff meter. Hello. Thank you for the hello redeem. Okay, let's see. Actually, if anybody does do a particular request, I do have, we're doing absurd today, right? So there's a couple of things that I can do to make this particular trick way more absurd than usual. So maybe we should do it that way. Oh, I forgot. I'm on Twitch now. That means I use my Twitch deck. Sorry, I was about to just pull out my normal practice deck. I try not to practice with my Twitch deck specifically because the faster I wear it out, then the sooner I have to replace it. And at the moment, there's a lot of supporters who have subbed and given me bits and stuff that I don't want to have to replace the deck quite yet. So anyway, as we all remember, we have the Twitch deck. Oh, good, we have some requests. All right, excellent. Charlie's Beats has requested Birds of a Feather. So let me see. I'm gonna have to get ready for that one. And then we have Trading Kings as requested by Chris M. Yee. Excellent. Now, Chris M. Yee, I'm pretty sure you've requested this one, so you know and understand how this goes. Are you requesting this to show somebody else in chat that hasn't seen this? Okay, I ate that one, right? Okay, there we go. It hasn't been requested in a while. Okay, excellent. Good choice. Good choice. I like it. I like it. I also realized that I didn't know one of the tricks on my list that well during this past week, so I practiced it before this stream just so that I can get to the point where I was like, oh, I know it enough to do it in case somebody requests it. So if anybody requests that. Okay, all right, let's see. We have birds of a feather. All right, I've set aside the 4 jacks, and these are from the Twitch deck. So we have the 4 jacks. Let me introduce them to you. So we have the Jack of Diamonds, we have the Jack of Clubs, we have the Jack of Hearts, and we have the Jack of Spades. Now, if I had a spectator here, so Charlie, if you were here, what I would have you do is cut the deck. I'd want you to cut the deck at about 3/4 of the way down. So let's say there. And then Charlie, if you were here, I would have you cut about 2/3 of that. And then finally, I would have you cut half of the remaining. And we'll put that over there. Okay, now for each one of these, I would like to mark where the cut was. Now, honestly, if you were here, you could have adjusted by 1 or 2 cards in any one of these places, and it would have been fine, and it's not a big deal. So I want to mark each one of these with a jack. Okay. And the thing is, as I said, you could have marked each one of these, you could have cut in any one of these places. The cards' positions don't matter that much. And so what I want to do is I'm going to place a jack on each one of these piles. Now, birds of a feather flock together. They're all alike. And what I would like to do is actually, and you know what? Today's a bizarre day. Let's use some of these clear cards. So these clear cards are going to build a circuit. So what I'm going to do is build a circuit from this pile to this pile. And then I'm going to build another circuit from this pile to this pile. And then one final circuit right there. And so all of these are creating a circuit from these disparate piles to this one. Because would you believe that right now the circuit has caused all of the jacks to travel to this pile? Because if you don't, let me just clean up these circuits and show you that indeed we have 1 jack, 2 jack, 3 jack, and 4 jacks. Now wait, if we just made all the jacks travel here, what are the odds that Charlie, where you would have cut, would have actually cut to something meaningful and interesting? Because, you know, as I said, you could have adjusted any of the cards. It could have been up, down 1, up, down 2, more. It wouldn't have mattered too much. But would you have believed that you had cut to 1 ace? I mean, there's 4 aces amongst, 48 other cards, right? Maybe the odds aren't that bad. What if I told you you hit another one? And another one. And another one. That you actually cut to all 4 aces? That is insanity. And that, my friends, is birds of a feather. All right, let's see. Checking the gaff meter. That's absurd. All right. Charlie's Beats says, Kino. Chan the Magic Man says, awesome. Thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens. How are you guys enjoying the evening thus far?
He just blew my mind.
Whoa! Thank you for the mind blown. Checking the gaff meter. Dude! All right, I'm going to get ready to perform the next trick. It's requested by Chris M. Yee. By the way, if we can get a shout out for Chris M. Yee. Chris M. Yee, streamer, and also streams games, Fall Guys on Mondays lately. I've seen him streaming Kingdom Hearts not too long ago, but is also doing like a talk show podcast every other Saturday called the Clip ME Show, which he features clips from basically a lot of different streamers. So that's a very fun show. I totally recommend. Also, not safe for work. Okay, let's see here. Trading Kings. All right. Okay. I need to figure out how to make this a little bit more bizarre. But actually, the heat. Oh, hold on. I got to eat this one, right? There we go. Delicious. Okay, cool. Okay, I think I found a way to make this a way to. We can do this. I'm going to take a swig of water first. Regularly reminder, if you haven't been hydrating or stretching, do that once in a while. Okay, so we are going to be performing Trading Kings. Now, first of all, I have 2 piles of 4 cards. Whether you trust me or not, I'm just going to go ahead and count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Red cards, red back cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue back cards. Now, I'm going to need 2 suits selected, and anybody who has the heat map, let's go ahead and vote on these clear aces. I'm going to need 2 suits selected. So let's say one of these and one of these. So whichever one has more votes out of these and whichever one has more votes out of these, I will use as the 2 suits. So anybody who, hold on, let me go ahead and turn on the heat map. Okay, heat map's on. So go ahead and click, and I know that everybody only has one choice, so feel free to move your votes around until we have successfully selected one out of each set, and we'll go from there. And then if we can't agree, we're going to need a tiebreaker. So as of right now, any 2 people can tiebreak, or you can change your vote or whatever. So, okay. All right. I'll give everybody another like 5 seconds if you want to change your minds. Oh my god, if nobody selects any red ones, we're going to have to do this again. Somebody select a red one. Or if somebody wants to type in the chat, I know that if you are not on desktop, you can't do this. So if you want to type something in chat too. The only thing the heat map buys you is anonymousness. All right, I'm just going to make that a noun. English is a living language, right? We can do that. That's fine. Okay, so I think everybody has selected. We have the ace. So we have the hearts as a suit. And then we have the spade as the suit. So we'll go under the assumption that those are the 2 suits of selection. And we will go from there. Now, believe it or not, while you guys were distracted and clicking on those, and me kind of trying to read, it was a little bit tough. You guys were moving around. I've actually secretly turned over the king in each pile that corresponds with that suit. Believe it or not, because watch. If I show you, so the ace of hearts is showing here, that means I turned up the ace, the king of king of hearts over here. Wow! I'm being really absurd today. But look, watch. King of Hearts is now face up in this pile. I know, right? Okay, but look, the spade was selected in this pile. So look. I'm just going to spread. And that's also the King of Spades face up in that pile. I know, right? Super weird. I'm just going to move the these for a second. Now, How did I know that this was going to happen? Well, there's these things where I could just kind of read chat and read heat maps and stuff. But would you believe that not only did I turn them face up, I actually swapped them from the other pile. So this is the red-backed pile. This is the blue-backed pile. But would you believe that this King of Spades is actually blue-backed? Because look, watch. If I show you, it's blue-backed. Same thing over here. This is red-backed. I know, super weird, right? But wait, there's more. Would you believe that I had predicted this ahead of time? Would you believe that I could have predicted that ridiculosity of all that heat map jumping at the end? Because if I show you, I may have lied a little bit. I don't have all of the kings from each pile. I only have those because look, the other cards don't have any kings on them at all. And that, my friends, is... what's the name of this trick again? Trading kings! Alright. And Chris M.E. says, lies! Thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, Chris M.E. Charlie's Beats. Whew. All right. That was a good one. That was a good one. Hopefully you enjoyed that, Chris. All right, let's see here. Chan the Magic Man asks, how long have you been into cards? Well, I've been into cards since I was a wee baby because I liked card games basically since I was like 5. But I've only been practicing sleight of hand magic since 2019. So 3.5 years probably. But no, like I have been playing like Magic the Gathering since I was like 6. I used to play just regular card games with playing cards when I was like 4, as probably as early as 4 or 5. But Chan the Magic Man says, you're really good. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Chan the Magic Man. It means a lot coming from another magician, actually. So thank you. And I know you know how some of these are done. But like it still means a lot. I know that even whether you know how to do them or not, like it's very flattering just to have another magician like compliment me on my performance and like the execution, right? So it's pretty cool. Elise, Elise, welcome in. Hey, watching your stream during my lunch break. How are you? Elise, I am doing very well. Actually, yeah, if we can get a shout out for Elise, if everybody wants to watch Elise play cello. Yeah, that's where it's at. So welcome in, Elise. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Life is good. Minus all the shenanigans happening with the world and everything. But so I've actually been coming to Twitch to just kind of relax and kind of get my mind off of things. So this is like the perfect excuse. So this is great. Excellent. Let's see. Next trick we have 4-to-1 switch, as requested by checking the gaff meter. All right. Okay. How do I make this bizarre today? How do I make this trick bizarre? Okay. All right. Let me just refresh myself on... Oh no, Chris M. You've signed one of these 2s. Hopefully this doesn't mess me up. Elise says, haha, yeah, a lot of things are happening in the world. Yeah. Yep. Totally agree. But, you know, there's a lot of people playing piano, cellos, flutes, violins on Twitch that are helping me relax. And a lot of them are, I'm happy to say, like, you guys are like great friends now. Like, I didn't think, so basically before this year, I'd never hung out on Twitch. I didn't know, like, really what it implied. And then now it's like, I'm hanging out on Twitch, and like I know people on Twitch. People know me when I enter chat room. It's like, oh, hi, crazy Asian. It's like, oh yeah, he's just that crazy Asian. He does magic or whatever. But something that kind of revealed this to me, and actually it happened pretty recently. But hanging out in a Discord, chatting, just doing some casual magic and like playing Jackbox games. That's I was like, man, this is fun. These people are cool, and it's like I would hang out with these people in real life. It's like these people are my friends. So that's kind of like uh, how I felt about everything. Okay, all right. So I don't want to make anybody teary-eyed or myself. Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna eat that one. So I'm just gonna have to hold on. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have a 4-to-1 switch as honk. Oh my god. I did not expect that one. First of all, thank you for the bits checking the gaff meter. So yeah, I have a few bits sound alerts. That was one of them. Yeah. Honk at 100. So this is great. Yeah, I think I have there's a few that I had for bits. It was like honk, the Metal Gear Solid, exclamation point. I think there was something else I forgot, but that I did not expect that. Thank you kindly for the bits. That was great. Great timing. Great timing. All right. I have to get my composure. I'm trying to half remember how to perform this trick. So, all right. What we have here is we have 4 2s, and actually one of which was signed by our buddy Chris M. who is actually in chat right now. And then we have a Queen of Spades, which is the person who requested this trick, checking the gaff meter. So now what we have here is something in which I want, and I don't mean to. Oh, bonk! That was it. Thank you for the 100 bits checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. Is that? Oh, okay. All right. So checking the gaff meter. Let's pretend checking the gaff meter is over here and trying very hard to find deuces, whether that's because there's any particular reason why. Maybe they're $2 bills. I don't know. I'm not sure. But the checking the gaff meter has seen a bunch of 2s over here, including Chris M. He's holding one of the deuces, right? It's like right here. So, but what we're going to do actually is, believe it or not, I'm going to show you a situation in which all of the deuces cannot be captured by checking the gaff meter. Because if we take a look, we thought that checking the gaff meter was over here, but actually checking the gaff meter is over here. And all of the $2 bills are now over here with Chris M. Sorry, checking the gaff meter. You just gave me 200 bits, therefore these are all the $2 that now you don't have. But thank you very much. I greatly appreciate them. Especially that honk. Totally and then that bonk. Oh man. So thank you very much. All right, let's see. Charlie's like, what? Checking the gaff meter. This is great. Take my money. All right, and then we just themed that trick basically for what happened. And then, yeah, that was also, it was very fortuitous. I was like, I just chose 2s randomly, and then I was like, oh my god, at the end, I could tie this in. So, that was amazing. And checking the gaff meter says, damn it! And Elise says, dang. thanks for thanks for clipping that. That's amazing. All right. Oh, all right. I'm just gonna have to. So I have not created a Discord. Okay, let me rephrase that. I have not created a Discord for myself for the purposes of me performing magic. And I'm wondering if I should. Yeah, those elusive deuces. Nice. Yeah, nice clip. All right, I'm gonna have to watch that later and revel in my reaction. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Thank you very much for checking the gaff meter. I'm not gonna lie. I have this weird thing. Oh, by the way, the trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Um, and if you don't know what to request, you can type in exclamation point random. But so years ago, when I was in college, I got into stand-up comedy, and I watched a ton of stand-up comedy with all my roommates, and we would laugh all night. And then for years, this would go on until a couple of years after college. And then after that, when I watched things that were purportedly funny for a bunch of other people, it was not that funny to me. And so I'm like, and the things that made me laugh were like the more esoteric a joke, the more references that I needed to know, and the more things that like matched up with my humor or like gave lots of irony or like lots of sarcasm, that was like the stuff that I loved. And so like stuff that make me laugh now is like, and so um, that honk was like, oh my god, like I'd put that in as a sound alert, like I think like over a month ago. I think it was like at least 3 or 4 streams ago, and I hadn't heard it. But other people, like I told other people that I had channel point redeems for sound alerts, but like I didn't tell anybody about the bits because it's kind of like, well, I only perform once a week, and it's like, if people want to support me, that's okay, but they don't have to. Like I'm mostly doing this for fun and like keeping my magic skills kind of sharp. Like that's kind of like the primary reason why I want to do this. And so I get to practice magic, but there's like real stakes because I don't want to reveal the secrets of magic, right? So that's kind of the reason why um, we want to do that. So all right. Actually, Elise, you just hopped in and you're on lunch, and Charlie's had a trick already. So I'm just gonna bump Elise's trick just above Charlie's, if that's okay, Charlie. Um, but yeah, so this is kind of like I could add RR as an alias. Yeah, sure, if you want to do that, because I think several people have done that, and that's fine. All right, thanks, Charlie. That's awesome. Great. Okay, so because I don't know when Elise is going to end her lunch break, but we can. In the meantime, we can do this. So let me this as a random. All right, great. Excellent. And Gibson Lens has put in a random request for the trick that I was going to do for the absurd trick later. So we'll get to that. That's awesome. Frolic Chris, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? If we can get a shout out for Frolic Chris. Frolic Chris plays piano and plays some VGM. Also getting to know a bunch of fellow Twitch musician friends' original music, including Expanse by our very own Gibson Lens. So please do, if you enjoy piano music, give him a follow. Oh, I am shuffling and I am not doing this on camera. Okay, alright, cool. Alright, excellent. Alright, okay, so Elise, we're going to be doing the inverted card trick for you. Now, first things first, if I could have a card selected, let's go ahead and turn on the heat map. And first of all, Elise, are you on a browser and can click, or are you on mobile? Just wanna, because if you can click, you feel free to click somewhere on the screen and select a card. What is that, Gibson? Oh, yes. While we're talking about it in chat, let me explain. So, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, Gibson Lens, also known as Bert, he has a lot of originals in his song list. So at least 30 plus, as I can count. I've been advocating for a lot of people to join the Expanse Club. So Expanse is pretty much, I would say, the most popular Gibson Lens original. I would say, having 27 other streamers, as I last checked, uh, have played it. No, 27 streamers total. No, 27 other streamers. That's right. So 28 if we include Gibson Lens, I guess. But earlier tonight, there was a duo that played it, both Hawk Six Phoenix and played with Seven Senshi on Seven Senshi's stream, a duet of it. And so we're just kind of keeping track of like, yeah, Bert Chang originals. So yeah, Jovan played Expanse last week. So yeah, that's GoBot Cadet. But also, while we're here talking about Gibson Lens, I'm just gonna give a shout out to my mod, Gibson Lens, if anybody wants to give him a follow. All right. Let's see. All right. Anybody else in chat, if you want to click on the screen and select a card, that will be our card for the inverted card trick. And then in the meantime, I'm going to hydrate. Oh, and since I did mention that I'm going to be off of work all this week, there is a high probability that I will have a daytime stream at some point this week. I don't know which day, but okay, so I think it's this one. There we go. Okay, that will be our selection. Checking the gaff meter says same. Oh, excellent. It's great to have some days off. All right. Now, I'm going to not look at this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my head, and I'm going to turn it up for the camera to see. Now, hopefully you guys can see that, but I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. Hopefully somebody's got it. It will not be as impressive unless somebody knows it. So hopefully that was enough time. I'm going to turn it back, and now I'm going to turn my head back. Okay, is that good? Everybody's got it? Okay, great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place this back.
Hello.
Hello! Checking the gaff meter. Hello! We're going to go ahead and place this back into the deck. I'll wait until the sound alert clears. Alright, so we'll go ahead and push that in, okay? Alright, hopefully somebody's got the card. Alright, well, we'll honk when we're done, so hopefully, I will hopefully catch it. Alright. Okay, excellent. So now, what we're going to do is magically let the deck do something magical. Would you now believe that the deck has done something? If I spread through the cards, there's going to be a card that looks way different than the rest. It's this one. Is that weird? That's pretty weird, right? Now, what card was that? What card was the selection? And it's okay to tell me at this point in the chat. The card's down here, so it's... I'm pretty sure the deck got it. The four of diamonds. If I show you, this is the four of diamonds indeed. Now, if you are familiar with the trick in how this is done, normally the routine would stop here. But since I'm a magician, we can take it one step further. And I'm going to go ahead and do it again. And I'm going to be placing the four of diamonds face down into the face down deck, like so. We're going to push that in. And if I snap, and if I show you, now, look. Routine? There's nothing routine about magic. So look, we have another face down card. What are the odds that it is the four of diamonds? Would you say the odds are 2%? That's about one card out of 52. Or would you say 100% because you know I'm a magician? And that, my friends, is the inverted card trick. hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Chan the Magic Man, thank you for the claps. Checking the gaff meter, thank you for the Doritos. Gibson Lens, thank you for the claps. I was about to do exclamation point clap when that was not what my intention was. You need the clap sound effect. Oh, I do. That is at 50 and 100 channel points. So if anybody would like to use those, you're welcome. The 50, I think, is smaller claps, and then the 100 is like bigger claps. So Chan the Magic Man says, like Jack. Oh, yeah. So if anybody doesn't know, we are talking about Jack, Info X Czar. So I'm just going to go ahead and if anybody does not know about Jack and would like to watch more magic on Twitch. Excellent. Thank you for the claps, Gibson Lens. Please give Info X Czar a follow. And actually, while we're here, I'm also going to do exclamation point Ben, the other magician that we know about that consistently performs magic on Twitch. So as far as I know, Infozar, Hallowthorn, Chan the Magic Man, and me are the primary magicians that consistently perform magic on Twitch. Chan, you made a clap command. Excellent. So if anybody doesn't know, Chan is relatively new to streaming for performance, because I think normally when you're playing video games, you don't necessarily need people to clap, but like during magic, it's very similar to like a music performance in which after you perform a trick, it's nice to be able to just clap and show somebody. So congratulations on getting that clap command in. The Magician Quartet. Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, now we've got a request from Charlie's Beats. So let me... Charlie, if you are still here, let me ask you, are you familiar with Cowboy Bebop? And if you don't respond or are not here, I will just not do it themed to Cowboy Bebop. But let's see. Slightly Stefan, you know some Jack Parker tricks. You got the book? All right, so Slightly Stefan, I do know some Jack Parker tricks, but the ones that I know up until this point, I reverse engineered by watching performances on YouTube. However, due to the VI Black Friday sale, I have purchased them. I currently don't have them in my possession yet. They are coming to me. So I'm getting both 52 memories and 52 explorations shipping to me in the mail right now. And I took advantage of that, 3-for-1 holiday sale or Black Friday sale. So, yeah. All right. Charlie's Beats. Are you familiar with Cowboy Bebop? Yay or nay? Slightly Stefan also says, gotcha, dope dog. They're really good books. You'll love them. All right. Cool. I am happy because, yeah, on my YouTube, I have like 4 Jack Parker tricks, and they're all like clustered together. Slightly Stefan, are you streaming? Do you stream or you're not? Because I remember chatting with you, I think it was in JT's stream, right? And that's how I think we caught each other. Bebop is awesome. Hey, welcome in, Sencha. How's it going? If we can get a shout out for Sencha Katner, if anybody would like to follow someone that does botany on stream, that is basically what Sencha does. So, still one of my favorites. Yeah. Hey. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Cool. All right. So let's get to the magic. Apex Aces for Charlie's Beats. We've got a bunch of aces set aside. So we're going to have these 4 as our bounty hunters. And we are going to need 3 cards selected. So if anybody who wants to interact with the stream, if you're on browser, feel free to click. I'll just take the first 3 heat map things that appear on the cards. So I think that's like the top one. But we need 3 selections, so 2 more. And if somebody wants to give me like a number in chat or something, if we don't get enough clicks, we'll do that. So yeah, no problem, Sencha. Okay, we have 2. We need a third person to click or give somebody to give me a number in chat, and we'll use those. All right. Okay. Okay. I saw. Oh man, there's so many. Okay. All right. Well, definitely this first one. And then I saw these 2 first, so we're going to use those 2. So I'm going to assume this one. Oh god, I hope I don't move these. This one was this one. Okay, and then this other one was this one. Okay, so here's our 3 selections. Okay. All right, it doesn't matter. I'm clear that. All right, thank you for the participation, everybody. Okay, it doesn't matter that I know what these cards are, so I'm just going to show them, and then everybody can remember them. Or somebody can type them in chat so that we remember. So we have checking the gaff meter, Queen of Spades. We have the 2 of Hearts, and we have the 10 of Spades. So Queen of Spades, 10 of Spades, 2 of Hearts. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place them into the middle of the deck in a bunch of different places per se. So all right, now, hey, welcome in, Tacey. How's it going? Haven't seen you for a bit, mostly because we know that Hutch is currently on a hiatus at the moment. So we have these 4 aces. These 4 aces are great bounty hunters. Not only are they great streamers, but they are bounty hunters. So if I show you that Unfocused NIA is going to be finding one of those particular selections. If I show you, I know, super weird, right? But now look, Gibson Lens is going to be finding. I just realized I may have done this trick wrong. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Okay. Now, as you can see, Gibson Lens has disappeared. And Avo, the crafty art hole. And then finally we have, man, this is going to become a boss trick, I think, because I've totally messed this up. It's either that or I can just reset. We do have all the cards selected out. It won't be as impressive. All right, let me just see how well this goes. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's just pray for the best. Oh god, that looks ugly. Okay, so we have a bunch of cards that are in between a bunch of other cards. And so the thing that I messed up is I'm pretty sure that the ace is supposed to be face up. And I'm pretty sure that's this one. And that's supposed to go here. So just pretend that that happened. And then it'll be way more impressive. Look, I have found all 4 aces face up in the middle of the deck. I'm just going to be acting for this the rest of this. It's so amazing that each one of them has a card in between the set of 4. And they are face down. And coincidentally, there is 3 of them. OMG. Would it not be crazy if they were our 3 selections? Crazy, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and just find out what these cards are, because we have the Queen of Spades, the 10 of Spades, and the 2 of Hearts. All right, cool. There we go. All right, good news. I don't think I gave away any secrets of magic. Bad news. My performance at the end really did not go so well. So that will become a boss trick for next time. Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know what a boss trick is, boom, there you go. All right, so thank you kindly for the request, Charlie's Beats. you have given me some homework. So thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Good job. Nobody's perfect. Oh yeah, totally, totally. And I did mention earlier on stream that I do like using these as a way to practice magic. Keeps me accountable. So thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, Charlie's Beats, Tacey. By the way, this took me many streams after interacting with Tacey. That Tacey's screen name backwards says "Love my cat." So if that wasn't clear to you guys, I've now just made it clear to you guys. So, all right, we're gonna do that, and then I do just need to note that that trick is going to be a boss trick. Boom. Okay. All right. Sencha says lol, and Tacey says lol. Okay. All right. Ambitious card routine. All right. First order of business. I'm just going to take out the. Oh, no. I don't have to take out the jokers because they're unique. One of the jokers in the deck is signed by Panda Volta. So actually, they're all unique. So it actually doesn't matter. Let's see. I would not have noticed that. So thank you. That's a good one. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, so full disclosure, when I realized it, I'm like, wow, I felt dumb. I felt stupid. And I'm like, "Oh, how could I have not seen that after like 8 streams?" Like, I'm just seeing Tacey's screen name. So I was like, "Oh." And now I can't unsee it. But I think everybody calls Tacey. So all right, so this trick is called the ambitious card routine, and this is one of the tricks that we can make extra absurd today. So here we go. Let's see. Gibson Lens, you had. I know you were doing the random check, but if you would like to select one, feel free, and this will be the selection for this trick. Let's see. I was dying to make a joke about it, but I figured we don't know each other. Yep. It's okay. I got you covered, Sencha. And let's see. Heat. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, heat map was not on. My apologies. All right, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so it must be. I'm assuming it's this one. I don't know. Wait. Bert, was this you, or is this one you? That one. Okay. All right. This is. I'm assuming it's this one. Okay, we'll go with this one. Sorry, whoever the other person was. All right, my eyes tend to spot things like that, then get obsessed. Yeah, when I was younger, I used to get obsessed with the word epitome, and in my mind, I would just pronounce it epitome for like days and weeks at a time. Anyway, anyway, I digress. But here is the selection. It doesn't matter that I know what it is. It's 4 of diamonds. I know that's a strange coincidence, but 4 of diamonds. We are now having the 4 of diamonds intrinsically connected to our mod Gibson Lens. So look, what I can do with the 4 of diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and place it into the middle of the deck, like so. I'm just going to push it in. It's going cleanly in there. But actually, with a quick snap, believe it or not, that 4 of diamonds that Gibson Lens has selected has jumped back up to the top. I know. Gibson Diamonds! You're onto something. You're onto something, Charlie. Alright, now if we go ahead and grab it again and place it once again into the middle of the deck. I just want to show you before I snap. Before I snap, that's not a 4 of diamonds. That's totally not a 4 of diamonds. And some people think that I hide it on the bottom. It's not. But look, I snap, and believe it or not, this top card now becomes the 4 of diamonds because it jumps back up to the top. I know. Sencha says, because epitome makes sense, just like scissor has a C in it. Oh yeah. Skizor. Skizor. Right? It's like a Pokemon. Skizor. All right, now I'm going to leave the 4 of diamonds sticking out. Now, some people think that I'll switch it out, but I'll just show you that's still the 4 of diamonds. There's no switching occurring. But look, if I place it in the middle of this packet, and then I place it in the middle of this packet, right, and I push it in, if we go ahead and snap, believe it or not, that's actually going to make the 4 of diamonds hop back up to the top. I know, super weird, right? Super weird. But look, if I go ahead and I cut the deck into 2, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stick the 4 of diamonds into this packet. If I snap, it should jump back up to the top of the deck, even though it's now cut into 2 packets. Wait, hold on. Oh, hold on. I know what happened. The card somehow knows that when I cut the deck, there's still only one top of the deck, which actually I think it was this packet. There is our 4 of diamonds. 4 of diamonds! Now, let's see. The bizarre part has not begun quite yet, because what I would like to do is do something. Now, if you guys were here, we could totally do something special, right? Now, the thing that I would like to do is not knock over anything weird, but what I need you to do is actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the 4 of diamonds and I'm going to place it here. I know that was super weird, but look, if you were here, I would ask you to go ahead and put your hand around the deck. All right, so I'm going to have you place it around the deck. Now, it's not going to be as awesome, I think, here, but just trust me, it's in there. And now I'm going to attempt to find your card. And I know you're probably thinking that's probably not going to be that hard because, you know, you're a magician. But let me go ahead and pull one card out. Was this your card? No? Okay, that wasn't it. Let me go ahead and pull out your other card. Okay, great. Would you believe that this is your card? All right. So that part wasn't really the trick. Would you believe that I can make the deck disappear from underneath your hand? You would still feel the deck here. But actually, if I told you to go ahead and open your hands, you would actually see that it has completely become a clear block. Thank you kindly for the exclamation points checking the gaff meter. What? So cool, so cool. I know, I know. Now, okay, so all right. Here. I'll bring the deck back. I'll go ahead and place the 4 back into the deck, right? So, but we can do that phase for real. So what we're going to do is once again, if you were here, I'll actually place the deck back in your hands. We'll cover it up. I'll remove one of the cards. And would you believe that it's your card? No, it's totally not your card. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and make the cards disappear from in between your hands again, a second time. And believe it or not, if I reveal now, it's actually a little bit more bizarre because I was able to fan them because they're actually, each card is now individually clear. Each card you can now see through separately. It's not a block anymore, except for one card. Except for this one. And the rest are clear. And this is, of course, the 4 of diamonds. And that, my friends, is an absurd, ambitious card routine. Very absurd. All right. Thank you kindly for the request, Gibson Lens. And let's see. Let me guess. Let me read some of these. All right, such a cheat. Yeah, I know. Checking the gaff meter says, "Lol, knocking over stuff on off camera is the streamer way." Yep, for sure. Like I know it may look clean and nice, like on my mat. Right around it is like a mouse, a keyboard, my water bottle, all of my other magic stuff, and it's just like, um, wow, so cool. Chain the Magic Man says, "Wow." I think that was to the block. And then, oh God, oh thank God, the deck is back. Oh, how little you knew. And then, oh hey, welcome in, Hawk Six Phoenix. How's it going? If we can get a shout, oh thank you for the shout out of Hawk Six Phoenix. Plays piano, mostly VGM anime. Um, Also is a member of the Expanse Club. So who and he was actually one of the people who played in the Expanse duet earlier today. So that was, I would say, a milestone because I think there has not been a duet for Expanse up until today, like live. I know that there's a recording of Expanse in which like we had New Baroque and Gibson like tracks, but let's see here. I'm checking the gaff meter. What is happening? Like Hawk Six Phoenix has the eyes, and Charlie's beats gasp, and the leave. Thank you kindly for the claps. Tacey, Sencha, Gibson, Charlie, Ken R1, Ken R1, welcome in. How's it going? And the Doritos checking the gaff meter. Let's see. Tacey says, "Have you ever been to the Magic Castle in Hollywood?" I will let you know that I've never been to the Magic Castle. I got into magic a few years ago, and then like as soon as I was ready to perform magic to a person, it became pandemic. So then traveling was kind of out of the question. So even if I wanted to, it was basically like, nope, can't get out there. But no, I kind of want to go, but I don't know when I'll be able to. Now that I have a relatively new baby, she's 16 months old now. I have a 16-month-old. Some of my college buddies would be like, "You have a child? How is that possible?" And I'm like, "I have a child." So yeah, we had a live duet. Yes, yeah, the live duet was definitely a thing. But anyway, yeah, one day I do want to go to the Magic Castle, and don't know when. But also I know that Chris M. Yee has been to the Magic Castle a couple times. So whatever his connection is, I should hopefully be able to go. But I've seen a bunch of performances from the Magic Castle on YouTube, and actually a bunch of other sources as well. Because now that I've connected with like other magicians and magic resources, there's like a lot of recorded performances or like resources that are not available to the public. So it's like, oh, I'm in this magic club. I can see these things. Awesome. Like, so it's cool. Yeah, first live duet of Expanse today. That's a milestone. Chan says, "Love doing that ending to Ambitious Card, the second one." Yes, yeah, yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, magic stores sell a lot of magic props, and they can all be bought for some money. And if you don't know how to do magic and you would like to do magic, you can also buy tutorials. I would say there are things that you can learn before that that are probably freely available on YouTube and other resource sites. But when you get serious, there's like you're gonna want to spend money in magic. Like, oh man, nobody's seen this trick, or like, oh man, these tricks nobody ever does. Like, they're gonna be special. That necessitated an absurd volume of Doritos. Thank you kindly. All right, thanks for the lurk, Hawk. Let's see. All right, yeah, one day we're gonna get a full orchestra of Expanse players, right? So it was your fault. Oh, congratulations. Oh, thanks. I can say I raised a baby myself, but I do have a wife that also helped in raising, so it's not really just by myself. And Charlie's Beat says, "What?" Okay, cool. All right, now that I'm caught up, let's do this, and the next one is reset. Checking the gaff meter. You have selected the trick that actually I had rehearsed this week that I had discovered that I didn't remember how to do. So I feel lucky that I had practiced up on it because of this very moment right now. So thank you very much for A, hitting that, and B, I now know that it was worth the time investment. I mean, it wasn't like it took me that much time. It's like 20 minutes. How do I do this? Oh, okay, I do this that way. Okay, great. But now hopefully I won't mess it up. That's my hope. It'd be very embarrassing if I got embarrassed to say that and then actually mess this trick up. So, but let's try not to. This will be okay. Okay, sorry, that was a pandemic joke. You said after you did something, then pandemic happened. Oh yeah, after I got into sleight of hand magic, then I wanted to travel to see the magic castle, but then I couldn't because pandemic, and then I also had a child during pandemic. So that's the story. Okay, I have to make sure I'm set up for this. And honestly, I just like it to be a certain way. And I usually use different cards, so I'm like, okay. Alright, this was requested by checking the gaff meter. This trick is called reset. I will even... Oh, do I still have my props for the save states? Do I have them? Nope, okay, I don't see them, so we're just going to have to do it with the sans props. Alright, so this trick is called reset. Now, it normally uses aces. I'm using the fours. So we've got all 4 fours over here. And then we've got all 4 queens over here. Allow me to introduce you to the 4 queens. What we have here is the queen of clubs. We have the queen of hearts. We have the queen of spades, also the requester of this trick, and the queen of diamonds. Now, I'm going to leave the 4 queens over here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that we've got the 4 fours over here. Okay. Now, the thing with these is that sometimes when you have some magical interaction between the two, we can actually magically swap some cards in between the 2 piles. I know, it's not going to seem like it's very reasonable, but look, if I just show you, all I have to do is grab this and touch that pile. Would you believe that I can actually bring one of the queens over here? See, look. I know, super weird, right? But look, now I'm going to go ahead and show you these are face up now, so it's going to be really hard to make a change or transformation. But look, if I just somehow make one of the queens hop over here somehow, I don't know when I can do it, but, oh, okay, look, we're already good. Okay, so look, I made another queen jump over here. I know, seems absurd, right? Checking the gaff meter, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you don't have to do this with 1 card at a time. You can actually do it sometimes with 2 cards at a time. So look, if I just touch those 2, look, we have all 4 queens over here. And actually, if we just take a look, there should be 4s over here. Excellent. However, let's say all of those interactions were a mistake and you didn't want to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the reset button. Let's pretend there's a reset button right here. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use this box as a reset button. Reset. And believe it or not, that was just purely misdirection, because during that move, I've actually restored everything back to the original state because all of the 4s are back over here. I know, right? And then all of the queens are actually over here because, look. And there you have it, reset. Boom. And I was very happy with that performance, so not a boss trick. I am glad I practiced that one. So, let's see. Checking the gaff meter says, "Ack, no wah," and then ellipsis. I'm pronouncing the ellipsis and not just going dot dot dot. Tasty says, amazing! Checking the gaff meter says, but the fours were over there. Thank you kindly for the applause. Checking the gaff meter. Thank you for the claps, Gibson Lens. Thank you very much for the compliments, everybody. Hopefully that was enjoyable. I know, right? The logic dictates it's so weird, but what I told you was I used the black box as a reset button. I pressed it, and then that was just misdirection for me to swap everything back without doing anything. That's the magician's way. This is the way. Sorry, anybody who's a Mandalorian fan. This is the way. I gotta say it with more somberness, right? This is the way. Okay, all right. The queue is empty. If anybody would like to request any tricks, feel free. You can use your favorite streamer song list requests to request something, or type in exclamation point random, and we'll randomly put a trick in here. Do note there's one trick on my trick list that is not magic. So if you want to see me solve a Rubik's Cube, that's the not magic one. All right, let's see here. All right, we got a request from Charlie and a request from checking the gaff meter. Excellent. All right. Let's see. Charlie's Beats is going to request the color Monty. Okay, all right. Charlie, are you feeling a little bit, how shall I say, absurd at the moment? Because I think this will be really good absurd trick right here. Hopefully. No, wait. Let me just check something really quick before I commit to making this absurd, because I just realized that this will not work. Oh yeah, nope, that's not gonna work. Welp. We're gonna do something slightly. Hold on. Actually, I do want to see how well these show up on screen. So if anybody doesn't know, I revealed a bunch of different types of cards at the beginning of stream, and today is Happy National Absurdity Day. How well do these show up? Can you guys see these? Are these visible? Like, you can tell this is the Seven of Hearts. So these are plastic cards, and they have this crazy back on them. And how about at certain angles? Yes, we can see them. All right, they're clear enough? All right. I guess we can find these. We can use these. Okay, all right. We're just going to need... Okay, these will do it. All right, I'm going to attempt to do Color Monty 3-card trick. Those cards are so cool. All right, cool. I'm going to make this official. I'm going to go ahead and use the redeem. So I'm going to be doing this with plastic cards, i.e. these plastic cards. So, all right, now this trick is called Color Monty. It's a form of 3-card Monty that's done in the hands. And the other, I would say, relatively selfish reason for why I'm also doing this on Absurdity Day, because I recently found these down in my office, and I'm like, you know what? If I can do sleights with these cards, I can become a better magician. So there's the selfish reason. The other thing is, hopefully it's cool to introduce you guys to a bunch of new decks. But anyway, so we have 3 cards here, as you just saw. And the 3 cards we have are, we have a Joker, a second Joker, and then the money card. This is the money card that we need to follow, the Ace of Hearts. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's pretend I am one of those people that approach you on the street, and I tell you, hey, let's play a little game of 3-card Monty. And I go ahead and take the Ace of Hearts, which is the money card. You need to follow the money card, and ask you, hey, where would you say that the Ace of Hearts is? And let's pretend we're going to bet $1 on this. So, and you say, oh, I know. I just saw, yeah, yeah. The correct answer, checking the gaff meter has said it in chat, is to flee. That is the correct answer. Or keep your money. Don't do anything. Don't interact with them. They're like phishing emails. Don't interact with people on the street trying to get you to play three card Monty because they're like phishing emails. Don't interact with them. Anyway, some people would say that they saw me place it on the bottom. Well, actually, no, no, no. That would be incorrect because there's a joker on the bottom. I know, that's super weird, right? But let me just go ahead and tell you that when you guess that it's actually going to be on the top because you must have left it on the top. No, no, no. There's actually a joker on the top as well. Okay, fine. If there's a joker on the bottom and the top, then the ace must be in the middle. But look, let me just show you that that's a joker as well. I know, super weird, right? Super interesting. And so at that point, you just made 3 guesses, so that's $3 that you owe me. However, now you're going to make the claim, whoa, 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 I just saw 3 jokers. You totally don't have an ace of hearts in there. And I'm like, no, 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 no. There's totally an ace of hearts in here because there it is. Now, that's $4 you now owe me. Okay, so now you're going to make the claim. It's like, oh, if the ace of hearts is on the bottom, there's no way it's on the top. And I'm like, no, 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 it's also on the top. Well, okay, so that's $5. Fine. There has to be a joker in the middle. And it's like, no, 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 that's also an ace of hearts. So now you owe me $6. I know. Super weird, right? Super weird. Now the final claim that you're going to make before you decide to, you know, GTFO is that, oh, I just saw too many cards. You have 6 cards, don't you? There's no way you have just 3. Nope, I just have 3. 2, 3. That's $7 you owe me. Okay, okay. And before you go, you start to turn away because you're about to flee. You're about to take checking the gaff meter's actual advice of fleeing. But then I'm like, wait, wait, wait. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. If you can tell me what one of these cards is after I show you the other 2, you don't owe me anything. But it's double or nothing. If you get it wrong, you owe me $14. Okay, so here, I'm going to show you a joker. I'm going to show you ace of hearts. What card would this be? Any guesses? Feel free to put them in the chat. And then if you don't want to guess in the chat, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you're too afraid to guess. And you would just pay the $7 and leave. All right. Oh, clearly Gibson Lens has seen this trick before. Gibson knows. Doesn't want to make a guess. Well, that's a joker. All right. So checking the gaff meter says joker. Tacey says joker. All right. And Gibson would not say anything. Okay. So the final card, if you had guessed joker, you would owe me $14. And then Gibson, if he said he would just walk away, $7. You would have needed to have guessed Queen of Clubs, and then you would have correctly not owe me anything. And that, my friends, is why you don't play 3-card Monty with anybody on the street. All right, let's see. Bye-bye, $14. Thank you kindly. Tacey, thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, thank you for the glorious love checking the gaff meter. So yeah, I did not reveal too many of the other cards from this deck, but just to show you a little tidbit that actually, so when, let's see, you feel good taking people's money like that? I actually do not feel good taking people's money from 3-card Monty. So I don't do it. I just perform the trick. And that patter is like the original patter. But no, as I said, I'm doing this for fun and to keep up my skills. But you get people's attention when you talk about money, so it's like a really good thing to just, get people's attention. So yeah, actually something that I don't normally do is that I talk about the fact that there are some decks that don't have matching jokers. So when you purchase a bicycle deck, typically you'll get 1 joker that has like that's just in an outline black and white, and then you'll have a second one that is in color. And that annoys the heck out of magicians because if they need to know uh, that they have two identical cards to play around with. And that is not different than this because these jokers from this deck are actually different. And you wouldn't have necessarily known that because one is silver, one is gold. But like because I'd never shown the deck to anybody before, then I could hide that discrepancy. But like after seeing this and that, you would have probably known at that point. Hey, welcome in, Chris Cox. How's it going? How do you do? I don't know if you've ever been in before because it says first time chat. So welcome in, Chris Cox. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian with 3 N's on Twitch. I perform sleight of hand card magic, and that's what I like to do on stream. So here we are. I've co-opted a streamer song list to allow people to request tricks, and if you don't know what to request but you want to request something, exclamation point random, and it'll put something into the queue for you. But anyway, so yeah, I painstakingly go through my decks to try and find two sets of jokers, and then I make them match if I want them to match, or I don't. And so, a while ago for the Twitch deck, when Panda Volta asked, "Hey, can I sign a joker?" and I'm like, there was a little hesitancy in my voice, but I'm like, "Oh, Panda just subbed. I need to sign one," and it's okay. But it actually makes each card unique. So some tricks it's good, and the other tricks it's not. It's not great. All right, so now we have another trick requested by checking the gaff meter called Jazz Aces. You know what? Let me use these cards again, and I will even do the setup in front because there is nothing to hide here. So I need the 4 aces, and I've never done a longer routine. Oh yeah, so if anybody is interested in some of we talked about the word routine. There's nothing routine in Magic earlier, and I think somebody currently in chat said that. Might have been you checking the gaff meter, but and if not, please correct me. I know that my memory is not great. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the word routine. So a lot of the card tricks that I know that are on my trick list, a lot of magicians will consider those routines because they're not just a simple little thing where I just do something visual. So for example, like this I think would be considered a trick, right? So that would be considered a trick. But basically anything else that has like a much longer progression or a flow through like the trick, we'll call those routines. So a lot of what I have on my trick list are actually full Magic routines. Checking the gaff meter. It was me. Yes, jazz hands, jazz aces. So we're gonna have jazz aces. So now I need to determine what I want to have for these other 3 cards. I don't know, 4 cards. That's right. So I think it'll probably be easy to see if I just use like silver face cards. There we go. Okay, because you can tell the difference at a glance, the difference between an ace and like a face card. So, all right. So what we have here are 4 face cards, and we have 4 aces. And what we would like to do is, I'm going to go ahead and place the aces there for a second, and I'll place the 4 face cards down over there. And what we need to do is take these 4 aces, and I'm going to go ahead and spread them out. I need to remember very carefully what I do here. Okay, and then no, I only need to spread 3 of them out. Is this the ace of spades? Alright, we'll just use this. This is going to be the leader ace for today. For this trick. So this is going to be the ace of clubs. Normally I would use the ace of spades here, but because I potentially have slightly messed up my setup, that's okay. We'll go with it. So now what I want to do is just show you that we're going to go ahead and place one of these face cards down next to this ace. And what I want to do is I'm now going to be placing this into, and place this ace into this packet of 3 cards. And what I'm going to do is grab that ace and place it here. Because now if I show you these aces, there's actually all face cards. And actually the ace has hopped down here. I know, strange and bizarre, right? But look, I'm going to go ahead and place another face card down here. And I'm going to take this ace and place it into this packet, like so. I'm going to grab it and place it down here. And if I show you, once again, there's actually no aces in there. They're all face cards. And the ace has hopped down here. And now, one more time, I just place a random face card down here. And I take this and I place it into the packet. And I grab it and I place it down here. All of the aces jump down here. And that, my friends, is Jazz Hands Aces, I mean Jazz Aces, with plastic cards. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie, that one was challenging. These cards are a little bit extra slippery. They're a little bit thicker than plastic coated paper bicycle cards. And so yeah. And then also, I did think that the backs of them, while at certain light, it definitely shows them apart. They just appear black at certain angles, which maybe plays into my favor a little bit. So that's helpful there, but not necessarily great for any skeptics. But yeah, thank you for the claps and Doritos. Checking the gaff meter. Tacey, Chris Cox, Gibson Lens, Ken R1. And Jazz, Fire Jazz. Chris Cox says, those are nice looking cards. Yeah. So as I was telling Stream earlier, I just found these and I added a new redeem. If anybody wants me to do magic with plastic cards, if it's a trick that I can do with one deck, because I only have one of these and no gaff cards. So obviously I don't have any blank plastic cards. That would be wonderful, but I could do a trick with these. But because today's Absurd Day and that's a new redeem, I guess just mostly promoting the redeem. So, all right, and once again, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request any magic, feel free. You can look at my trick list, !TL, or just do !random, and hopefully it'll put a random one in there. We're getting to the point where I think if people do random and you might not be able to add one because it accidentally chooses one that I did too recently. So I guess that's the problem with having a trick list that's only 50 tricks long. But 4-card trick. All right, yeah, we can do that. And we are going to have to go back to bicycles there. Please hold while I recharge my MP. That's actually what I'm doing. I'm totally not searching for anything. That's definitely not the case. I'm totally recharging MP. Magic points for anybody who has not played role-playing games. Let's see. Oh, Tacey has redeemed something. Tacey, what have you redeemed? Tacey, you have redeemed a dad joke. Oh, I'm so happy that you have redeemed a dad joke because I've got a couple here. Okay. All right, are you ready, Tacey? Here we go. What do ducks call their shared water home? Alternatively, the question could also be, what do ducks call their version of an apartment complex? The answer is a condominium. I'll be here all week. And probably the week after. And maybe the week after that. Okay, let me get set up for the 4-card trick as requested by Charlie's Beats. Oh, checking the gap meter. Thank you for the applause. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just refreshing myself on this one part. Okay, all right. I now know what I need to do. Okay, all right. Here we are, the 4-card trick as requested by Charlie Speets. Okay, I have a packet of 4 cards. Whether you believe me or not, I'll just count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the thing about these is that these aren't normal cards. So the reason why I had to search, because these are blank cards. There's actually nothing on the other side. Actually, all 4 of these are blank. So, but I just want you to imagine one of these cards turning into literally any other card. Maybe turning into a card that is considered a different kind of card. A joker, perhaps. I know, that's super interesting, right? Because I just showed you everything and they appeared blank. But look. So I can show you that all of these other cards are blank. And I'm just going to turn this face down and put it into the packet. Alright. It's not going on the top. It's not going on the bottom. But what I'm going to do is I can show you that it's still here. Because if I show you, you can clearly see the joker is still there. But now what I'm going to do is, and I need somebody in the chat. Tacy, I saw you chat last. Are you still here? Thank you, that was great. Joke, yeah, sorry, cut my sentence short. Oh yeah, total, no problems, no problems. Tacy, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the joker out and send it to you through the internet pipes. Just please accept the joker and just hold on to it for a second. Let me know when you've received the joker. Okay, you got it. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, but now that I've given the joker to Tacy, if I show you, the joker has actually disappeared from the card. It's actually no longer there. I know, super strange, right? Okay, but now Tacy, send the joker back to me through the internet pipes. I will accept it here. My body is ready. My body's ready. All right, let me know when you've sent it. Sending it back. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let me catch it. Okay, there we go. Okay, the joker is here. I'm now gonna place it back into the packet. Okay, and if we did everything right, I know that Tacy is great at taking care of jokers here. Here we go, because Tacy's got to put up with me in Hutch's stream. Ha ha! There. Oh no, it wasn't there. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now it has actually fully uploaded into the packet. Now, a lot of people would say that it's very easy to tell this card apart from the other cards because of the joker on the face. And I would say, yeah, that's totally correct. But what a lot of people don't know is when you send something through the internet pipes, it changes some properties. And you could actually tell this card as well from the back, because the back of these cards, they were here the entire time. But this was sent through the internet pipes, and sometimes that corrupts something, and so it might appear different on the back. And that, my friends, is the 4-card trick. Thank you for participating, Tacy. Hopefully you were okay with holding onto the joker for a minute. I know, super weird, right? Super weird. Okay. Tacy says, whoa! Thank you for the claps. Gibson, Tacy, Chris. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. And thank you for the claps. Ken R1. Nice! Excellent. Yeah, I don't know who has seen that or who has not, but now, as you guys can imagine, Tacy, thank you kindly for the 100 bits. Oh my god, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so as you guys can imagine, blank cards don't come in a regular deck of cards. So, um, you know, when I do have to set up and pull cards, usually, if you've seen me do a bunch of other tricks, I will sometimes use blank cards, and so got to pull that out from, I don't keep that in the deck normally. But also, I don't think I'm giving away any secrets of magic because I do tell everybody I did not sign a deal with the devil. I don't practice black I don't practice black magic. No, I don't practice black magic, and I don't do real sorcery. It is all sleight of hand magic. So, sleight of hand card magic. That's my thing. He's a witch. A sandwich. I know that was horrible. Man, we're racking them up today. There was like a drought of like dad jokes for like a few, and now today, bam, just is growing already. All right, let's see. Okay. I'm just gonna do. I'm going to redeem my own dad joke, and you guys get this one. All right. How did the dinosaurs survive without credit cards? They didn't. All right. Awesome. Cool. Let's see. Happy National Absurdity Day, everybody, today. Trick queue is open. If you would like to request any magic, feel free. And if you want to request something but you don't know what to request, feel free to type in !random and we'll get one in there for you. Tacy says, lol. Thanks for the dinosaurs, Gibson. Thanks for the facepalm, Charlie. Thanks for the ow, lol, Ken R1. I can't tell if the ow, lol was for the joke or for everybody else's response. It probably doesn't matter. Hilarious either way. I'm entertained. I have a smile on my face. Alright, let's see here. Need to... Man, the problem with having too many decks all over the place is that you have no idea which deck to use. Alright, let's find one to just throw in there. Random. Oh, if I have to do this one. How can I make this one good? I don't know how I'm gonna make this one good. People who have seen this trick before potentially know what's going on, but let me see. Give me a minute to mull through how I can do this amazingly, or at least I would hope it be amazingly. But in the interim, how's everybody's weekend? Hopefully it has been amazing. Whoa! Gobble gobble! Okay. Full disclosure, that scared me. I was like, oh my god! Yeah, so it appears as though Gibson Lens has found and triggered a a sound alert that is just a temporary seasonal one. I think it will be up. I'll probably have it through this whole week and next week probably, but then after that I'm gonna swap it out. But yeah, gobble gobble. uh, now I have to get my thought process back together as I'm doing this. Um, but yeah, that gobble gobble. What's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? Staying at home, going to do something else, go somewhere else. What do you guys normally do? You guys have turkey? Have you fought against the turkey thing and decided to just go chicken? Or I heard that somebody else that I know is going to be cooking a brisket. Charlie's Beat says we're hosting. Excellent. Now, how many people are you hosting? Is it like 6 or is it like 60? Because I'm always curious about when people host. It's like how many people are you hosting? Probably like 10. Ah, okay, very reasonable number. Like I could totally host 10. I could probably host 12, but once you get to 20, it's like I don't necessarily want to host that many people. Luckily, we have some other relatives nearby that always host, and we always go there. So, okay, we are going to be performing a trick called "Play It Straight Triumph." I did not plan this because this was a random request, and then I'm like, well, how does so? Yeah, so I'm trying to make this interesting for people who have seen this before, specifically as well. Tacy says, going to my mom's house for a big family gathering. Awesome. We'll have fun at mom's. Okay, so this is called Play It Straight Triumph, and we're going to need a card selected. But let's try and make this fair. I'm just going to go ahead and riffle down the side of the deck, and we'll cut it there. And actually, let's have somebody from chat select a card to. Okay, so maybe out of these first 12 here, why don't hold on? Let me turn on the heat map. So let me see here. Yeah, out of these 12, somebody can click on one of these, or if there's a bunch of people who vote, the one with the most votes, that'll be the selection. Oh, and allow me to preface, these cards are not normal cards. These are my cards that are all letters. So they are not a suit, they are just letters of the alphabet. There are two that would be the jokers, and they say yes and no. But other than that, okay. So here, this one, okay, cool, excellent. Looks like we got 2 votes for this one. So that will be the selection. So I'm just gonna pull that out, and what I'm going to do is we will need the deck cut into about 4 roughly equal piles. So. They don't have to be perfect, but let's just say here, here, and there. Okay. Now, let's not look at this yet. That's going to be for later. But I'm going to go ahead and turn over 2 of these packets. And what we're going to do is do something unfathomable. If you have OCD, you may want to look away. But I'm going to shuffle face up into face down cards. I know. It hurts me too. Here we go. Gibson, did you just clip the gobble gobble? Oh my god. That was just clip the gobble gobble. I'm going to continue shuffling these face up into face down cards until it hurts me in the gobble gobble face. What the gobble gobble? Can gobble gobble be a swear? Is that a thing? Can we do that? Or is it the replacement of a swear? So, for example, if I wanted to say, I gobble gobble hate you, then yeah. Okay, so now what we would do is, oh crap. The selection is here, right? All right. Well, we're gonna try and find your selection. Here it is. It's there. Haha. I can just end the trick now. Okay. Okay. Hold on. How about this? I can try and, in times like this, I have my hand use its shadow to get me out of jams. So let me see if my hand shadow can actually fix the deck for me during the course of this trick. And there we go. So now my hand can do some magical dirty work in the deck. Okay. All right. Hand shadow. What do I do? Okay, so now I spread the deck. Okay, and then what? You'll figure it out? Okay, great. Man, my shadow doesn't even tell me good advice. It just, you know, I guess at least it doesn't ridicule my intelligence. But okay, I'm going to spread. Okay, so we have some cards face up, but actually there's not as many as I would have expected. But actually, let me see. So let's start taking these letters out. So we have a T, an A, an N, and a K. Tank. Hey, I don't know if anybody's a fan of Cowboy Bebop, but that's the song, the main theme from Cowboy Bebop. Love it. But actually, that's not all of the letters. So, tanks. Oh, that's more. That's not as cool. Oh, but there's more letters. Hold on. G. Hold on. I. V. Oh, we're gonna run out of space here. Okay, we're gonna word wrap. Word wrap. Okay. So, final question. Do we know, based on this, what this card is? Can we guess? Oh, you guys can't see that. I'm guessing we could probably parse it this way. All right, any guesses as to what this card is? Not an H. Cashmere feline comes in. It says not an H. Okay, so would it be if, for example, you're okay with hunting weapons? Could it be Tranksgiving? I give animals tranquilizers. Hold on. All right. Tazy does say H, and Cashmere says, "I hope it's just an 88-bit card." Oh man, if only I had my 88-bit cards ready. But yeah, it does say Thanksgiving. There we are. And that, my friends, is Play It Straight Triumph with Thanksgiving. Gobble gobble, everybody. Thank you for the collapse and the magic. Chris Cox, Cashmere Feline, Gibson Lens, Tacey, Cashmere for the 69 points. Nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make the seasonal ones 69. All right. Okay, everybody. Trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request any tricks, feel free. You can look at the trick list by doing exclamation point TL, or you can just type in exclamation point random, and we'll randomly put one in there. But I guess the unofficial theme for today is being absurd. So if I can make a trick absurd, there we are. Cashmere Feline has requested snap change transpo. For anybody who doesn't know, transpo means transposition. So actually, funny you say that, because I think what I can do is do something interesting for you, Cashmere. Now that I've seen your comments recently, what we can do is do something interesting. So I've got a couple of cards here, and here, this one is an 88-bit card. Hold on, wait for the focus. All right, is that focused? Yeah, you guys can see that. And then this one is the 88-bit card with the controller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the controller card down here. But what I'm going to do instead is, if I wanted to be like, hey, look, here's the 88-bit card, but I wanted this one to be the controller, I can just swap them like that. Okay. And then I can show you that, here we are. that wasn't to my satisfaction, even though I think it looked fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to do that again, and now you know what's coming. I'm going to request a mulligan. So, all right, there we go. We have these. And I'm going to go ahead and place the one with the controller down here. And here we go, 88-bit. We need the one with the controller. Controller, okay, that one looks way better. And then actually the controller swapped down there. Ta-da! Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. And I know that was a short one, but it was extra special because it was 88-bit style. So if anybody is not aware, 88-bit is the video game composer name of Rob Kovacs. If we can just get a shout out for Rob Kovacs. If anybody wants to follow him, he is a fun piano streamer, plays VGM, does a ton of fun mashups. The hype trains are unbelievable. So if nothing else, stay for a hype train, and then if you don't like, that's fine. I will assure you they are worth it. And also a bunch of us currently in the chat also hang out in streams of Rob Kovacs and in his Discord as well. So fun times. All right, thank you for the emotes and claps. Cashmere, Tacy, Chris Cox, Gibson Lens, checking the gaff meter, and Cashmere, and Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, I actually think if I can find tricks to use these in, these kind of have a limited shelf life. Basically, when they get too dry, I think the stickers will start to peel off, and at that point they will basically be unusable. So if we can find ways, let me know. We'll try and use them. But yeah, that was a great recommendation. I expected 88-bit. Well, there's your trick with 88-bit cards. Done. Check. Okay, once again, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to be talking about bizarre stuff today. No, sorry, absurd stuff. Absurd. Do you know what grinds my gears? Speaking of which, this might be old news for some people, but if you're a fan of Family Guy, and I was for a very long time, I still am, but I haven't watched it in a while. But literally a couple weeks ago, I discovered that there is a YouTube channel, and I think probably some other social medias, of the real Peter Griffin. And it is a guy cosplaying as Peter Griffin, but like his body build basically looks like Peter Griffin, and he made his voice sound exactly like Peter Griffin. And I'm like, oh my god. And like, it's so good. It's so good. So just look up the real Peter Griffin on whatever social media, and I'm sure you'll find it. But funny, yeah, Peter Griffin in real life or something like that. Okay, let's see. I have a trick that I have not performed in forever. It is not on my list. I'm considering doing it right now. Maybe I should give Family Guy a watch. I mean, checking the gaff meter. I don't tell you how to live your life, but I enjoy it. It's funny. And actually it fits in with the theme today. It's very absurd, the show, but it's hilarious. Okay, I think that's the only one with the word choice. Oh, I need to update that to say no boss tricks, because we dealt with all the boss tricks today. So let me... Oh wait, but I'm going to add another one. Alright, I'm just going to leave it. Time for a giant chicken to make an appearance. Ah! And start like boxing with me, right? Okay. All right. This trick is actually off menu, and actually I didn't rehearse this. There's a high probability I may mess this up, but if I don't, it will be glorious. So, okay, here we go. First things first, I'm going to try and find all of the aces because we're going to need all of the aces. And as you can see, this is a different deck because, well, I can't use the Twitch deck for this. Hopefully that doesn't give anything away. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place these cards out here and the ace of spades down here. Okay, and then on top of each one of these cards, what we're going to do is we're going to place just a few other cards. Like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make some aces magically travel from this pile to this pile. I know, it seems kind of like old schmold, but let me show you. So that ace has disappeared. And if I show you, there's no aces here. Another one. Super strange, right? And actually, look. And then finally, this ace. Actually, we can do this one different. And finally, all 4 aces are here. And that, my friends, is a satisfactory performance of a trick called McDonald's Aces. All right. Time for a giant chicken to make a performance. Chris M. Yee with the Pikas. Pika. What up, Chris M. Yee from Kashmir? Kashmir with the emote. Let's see. Sorcery. Thank you for the claps. Kashmir, Tacey, Chris M. Yee, Gibson Lens,
Just
Ken 01. Whoa, thanks for the mind blown, Tacey. And welcome in, Skull PLS, or Skull Please. Nice Elms account. Well, thank you kindly. Let's try not to name all of the slights for chat just in case there are people who don't want to know anything. So, honestly, I think the best place if you want to communicate with me about stuff is there's one magician's Discord that I joined, and there's a magic specific section in there, or just comment on my YouTube channel, and that's probably the best place. But thank you for the compliments. If anybody doesn't know, I have a lot of content on YouTube, so feel free to check it out. I have a lot of tricks. I did even a 100 tricks in 100 days project because I wanted to earlier this year. Yeah, a lot. So let's see, from January to April of this year, I did 100 tricks in 100 days. So every day I basically had an upload. It was a performed, recorded, and uploaded YouTube trick or YouTube magic trick. And then after that, that rate was unsustainable and it was running out of tricks. So now I do one a week. So since April to now, so April, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So that's 7. So 7 times 4 ish. So that's about 28, 27, 28. Man, I can't do math. 28 other tricks. Depends on if I hit that for this week or last week. I think as of this week it'll be 28. So it's 27 now because the one for the last week of November didn't publish yet. But anyway, Kashmir, enjoy the lurk. Thanks. And then also I started using my YouTube channel to upload all my old VODs that fall off of here. So if you missed an earlier VOD and you wanted to see kind of my progression of how I guess I evolved the VOD or evolved the Twitch streams, that would be a good place to watch or see the progression over time. So, yeah. Used to do that type of type F tricks. Not. I'm now liking mentalist stuff and simple and direct magic. Oh, awesome. Yeah, yeah. I explicitly like sleight of hand card magic. That's basically kind of like what I am sticking to. And besides the practicality, I don't have to worry about all these other props and things. But yeah, I have some tricks that I enjoy, and they have like a mentalist, twist to it. But for example, I do have an 8-card brainwave in my trick list. So if you would like to request that, Skull, please feel free. I think I have it restricted to followers and subs, so all you have to do is follow. But then you can look at my trick list, type !TL to view the trick list, and then you can scroll through the list of tricks if you want to request something, and I can perform that. So feel free. But anyway, so everybody else, that was McDonald's Aces. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Chris M. Yee has requested 8-card brainwave. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and prep for 8-card brainwave. We are going to need 8 cards, unsurprisingly. Skull, please. Thank you kindly for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Every follower helps. Okay, let's see here. Alright, I don't want to mess this up, but here we go. Alright, since Chris, you have requested this, would you like to, sorry, Chris M. Yee, just in case there's multiple Chris's. Chris M. Yee, if you have a moment, are you able to interact with this trick? Sure, great, excellent. Thank you kindly, Chris M. Yee. All right. First things first, let's swap over. Now, what I would like to do is not affect any decisions that you would make, but I'm going to have you select one of 8 cards in a moment. And maybe don't choose your first gut instinct, because perhaps I could have predicted that. As you and I know now, we are of the same vintage, and that may give us some give me an additional insight into you. So maybe your second or third choice of card, and that will be your selection. The manipulation may or may not have begun already. Okay, here we go. We have 8 cards. I will spread them out. And however you would like to select the card. You can use the heat map after I turn it on, or you can actually just name the card in chat. But believe it or not, I knew which card you would select. And I'll show you why. Alright, Chris M. Yee, is this selection you? Just to confirm. And that's not somebody else pretending to be you? Yes, alright, great. So, you've selected the King of Clubs. It's funny you selected the King of Clubs, because, I don't know if you know, but these all happen to be blue-backed cards, except King of Clubs. And that, my friends, is the 8-card brainwave. Oh, hold on, this will look better if I do. Wave. Chris M. Yee, thank you for the Pika. Skulls, please. Thank you for the nice. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That is a little bit of mentalism for you, but I am sure that if you've been into Magic, you may already know how that is done. Thank you for the claps. Tacey, Charlie, and Gibson Lens, and Ken R1, and Chris M. Yee. Thank you. Thank you very much. Chris M. Yee for interacting and requesting that trick. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you. I did enjoy. Excellent. Ken R1, thank you for the bits. Chris M. Yee, thank you for the bits. Wow, greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. You know what I should do? I should probably add some more sounds for 100 and 200 bits, and then actually just force them to happen, like Rob Kovacs does. So that. Thank you very much, everybody. Ken R1, I don't know if you have requested any tricks, but feel free to request one if you would like. I'd be happy to perform one for you. All right, let's see. Oh, what is that? Oh, Bossa Heart. Okay, thanks for the. Because to me, at a first glance, it looked like avocado hearts, but no, it's a flag. It's a flag. So thank you kindly for the bits, Ken, and thank you for the bits, Chris M. Yee. Oh, Charlie's Beat says 7, and Chris M. Yee says 7. So I'll give you. Man, should I have a channel redeem for 7, and then I just say 7 like that every time? Like, I mean, not everybody would get it, but maybe over time people would like it. 7. Let's see. Trick queue is open. If anybody would like to request any tricks, exclamation point TL or exclamation point random, and we'll add a random one to the queue. Okay. Let's see. I can just fiddle for a minute. I actually haven't just fiddled with cards this evening yet, so. Let's see. What can I just randomly demonstrate for you guys? We've got some. So a lot of people are familiar with the regular riffle shuffle, and then there's the tabled riffle shuffle, which you'll see. I think both dealers at casinos and magicians do as well. We'll see like a triple cut, see a double table, or sorry, a tabled cut. Oh, it looks like we have a request from Checking the Gaff Meter. All right, excellent. And we can, I think, set up for that on camera, so nothing weird here. Yeah, going back to the Twitch deck now. Okay, all right. Okay, what we have here are the 4 aces. Allow me to introduce you to them. The Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, which is signed by Gibson Lens, our mod, who's currently in chat, the Ace of Diamonds, and the Ace of Spades. Now, the Ace of Spades we're going to leave here. Now, historically, in a lot of tricks, the Ace of Spades is actually the leader ace, and all of the other aces will hop down here. So, but let me just show you that we will place the other aces out. And then what we are going to do is we are going to place a few other cards on top of each of these piles. And maybe not too different from the previous one, but this was one of the first ace assemblies that I learned. So I learned this ace assembly before any of the other ones, before Picasso aces, before McDonald's aces, but this is the one that I theoretically should be the most reliable for me, I hope. Fingers crossed. Don't jinx me. Praise be unto the god Chawazi. Now some of you understand that reference now. Okay. Let's see. Okay. First things first, let's just take one of these aces and place it down here. Because, look, if I show you, there's now no aces over here. And this is going to be a good, interesting study for you guys, because if you've seen a bunch of ace assemblies now, you can kind of compare and contrast like how they look different as a trick. But now we've got, so look, we've got a couple of other cards, and we've got the ace of diamonds jump down from this pile. Now let's do it again. Actually, I forgot. I used the horns for this. I was supposed to use the horns. I'm going to go ahead and connect my pinky and thumb to these two piles. The ace is going to travel up my pinky and down my thumb. I know, that's absurd, but that's the theme for the day. Because if I show you now, there's actually no aces here. And if I show you now, we've got the ace of hearts and the ace of clubs. I know. Super interesting, right? And now I'm going to use the horns. Let's do my other hand because I don't want to burn out the horns on this hand. Here, it's going to go up my pinky, down my thumb, happen in an instant. And if I show you, we've got ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Now you may suspect sleight of hand magic. I know. That's probably because you're watching a sleight of hand card magic stream. But let me just go ahead and just place the ace of spades into this pile over here. And maybe I will prove to you, if you were here, I could have you place your hand on that pile, like so. And I'll just show you that we've got the other three aces here. But look, I can pull the ace of spades from that pile into this pile by just tapping it. 1, 2, 3. Did you guys see anything? Because if you haven't noticed, the ace of spades has jumped from that pile to this pile, because here's the diamond, here's the club, here's the heart, and here's the spade. And if we go ahead and take a look, there's actually no aces here. And that, my friends, is a bluff ace assembly. Whoa, lots of emotes on the screen. What is happening? Panda Volta, welcome in, and thank you for the resub. I greatly appreciate it. How are you doing tonight, Panda Volta? Thank you for the applause. Thank you kindly. Panda, if you would like to request a trick, I would like to do a trick for you. Oh, thank you for the claps. Checking the gaff meter. And yeah, it'll be a trick more than just this, because look, that's a joker, right? But here's a Panda Volta, whom is a joker. So let's see here. Thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, Charlie's Beats, Chris Cox, Ken R1, and thank you for the lol, Panda. Oh yeah, if anybody is curious, you may have noticed that there are signatures on a bunch of these cards, and if anybody would like to sign a card for a sub or a like bits of 500, we'll let you sign a card. There's a bunch of cards that already have signatures. For example, Checking the Gaff Meter has been in chat all night, so thank you kindly for being a supporter and being in chat. You've seen on a bunch of the aces. We've got Essentia Katner was also in chat today. See, Chris M.Yee may still be in chat now, but definitely in chat earlier. We've talked about Rob Kovacs a little bit tonight. Gibson Lens, our illustrious mod. And we've got some other signatures. So I mean, also if you have ever heard of Twitch Prime, this is a good time to talk about it. And honestly, I don't care if you don't use it on me, but if you have a Amazon Prime subscription and you haven't linked it to a Twitch account or your Twitch account, you get one free Twitch Prime per month. And oh, thank you kindly for the exclamation point Prime. And that kind of explains the process to use it. I just want you to use it on any creator. So you don't have to use it on me, but really like any of the musicians or gamers or any of the other streamers that you see in chat, you use it on them. But please just use it because it's basically free money on the table for a creator that you're already spending for Prime and you would get the benefit for. And usually the benefits are ad-free viewing, and you directly support that channel because that channel or streamer will get a cut of the Prime sub. So please do that. But if you use it here, you get to sign a card. Yay! The one thing is also if you sign a card and you're a streamer, it's like a shout out to you like every time I use your card. So all right, cool. Let's see. I know I started later than I had wanted. Well, hold on. I typed in the wrong command. What did I want to do? 2.5 hours. All right, cool. Let's see. Panda Volta has requested I Know Kung Fu. This is a relatively new one, Panda. Relatively new one. And actually, we'll do it. We'll do it. I'm not sure if you saw it off stream, but you'll get to see it now. Okay, and the setup for this is really good. And instead of going through the rigmarole of having a random card selected, because that's what we do, we will use the Panda Volta Joker. So what this trick is going to use is the 4 jacks and the selection, which in this case is the Panda Volta Joker, which you may have seen me refer to earlier tonight. Okay, so here's our Panda Volta Joker. And we've got, let's say, 4 streamers. They're all jacks here, but really they could be anybody. Well, I mean, this one is probably SROM music just because it says SROM music. But the thing is, so let's pretend Panda Volta hadn't been exposed to any of these streamers yet. But there's a couple of really cool streamers over here. One of them happens to be SROM music. The other one's the other blackjack. And then here's 2 red streamers. Let's pretend that these 2 red jacks are Music is Code and Rob Kovacs, because Panda Volta basically already mods for them. So we're gonna place Panda Volta like amongst them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and now what I want to do is show you that if we can somehow convince Panda Volta to make time in her busy schedule to become a mod for somebody else, she won't be in the clutches of Rob Kovacs and Music as Code anymore. Because now, Panda Volta could mod somewhere else. I know. That was so fast. You probably didn't know it was coming, but let me go ahead and we'll do it again now that you know what is going to happen. So we have Panda Volta once again, and we have our streamers over here. Last time we turned all of the streamers face down, but this time let's leave some of the streamers face up. And what I would like to do this time is I'm just going to show you that Panda Volta is still here, see? And we're going to leave Panda Volta there. Now, what I'm going to need to do is let's pretend these 2 other streamers try and capture some schedule time from Panda Volta to be their mod instead. And we've got the other 2 streamers over here. But look, if I go ahead and discuss with Panda through the use of these hand gestures, Panda is going to say, oh, I'm an independent person. I choose who to mod that I want to mod. And look, Panda is indeed independent from all of the other streamers. But wait, if there is Panda Volta, then who was the mod that was over here? Well, if I show you, and if you don't know the Twitch dynamic, oftentimes what another mod is sometimes another streamer or another person. And so the other 2 streamers were amongst the new mods for these streamers. And that, my friends, is a reskinned version of I Know Kung Fu as Panda Volta being a mod among streamers and mods. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you enjoyed that, Panda. Thank you for the claps. Tacey, Chris Cox, Gibson Lens, Panda Volta, with the Dan and Robbie emotes. Sorry, I made myself laugh. I got a little chuckle out of that. Thank you for the claps. Charlie's Beats. For how long have you been doing magic? Skull, please. I have been performing sleight of hand magic, or learning sleight of hand magic since 2019. So, 3.5 years probably is a good estimate. Thank you for the very nice, Panda. Hopefully you like that. So yeah, I think a lot of people usually react, "Oh, not very long," to the since 2019. I've been playing with cards forever. Uh, I liked card games when I was young. I played Magic the Gathering since I was like 6 or 7 or something. Um, but I didn't really seriously start practicing and like looking at Magic until 2019. And up until then, I only knew like two math tricks basically. And when I say math tricks, I mean they're like math-based procedural card tricks that anybody could perform without learning any sleights. So anyway, hopefully that answers your question. But um, yeah, when I get really into a hobby, I get really deep into it, and if I'm passionate about it, I'm like, I'm gonna go nuts, and here we are. And now this is the third Black Friday in a row in which I've spent a bunch of money on magic stuff. I have stuff coming from one of the online magic stores to me right now that I am extremely thrilled about at the moment. So, anyway, Trick queue is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. And if you want to request something but you don't know what to request, feel free to type in !random, and that will randomly put something in there. Otherwise, I'll just blabber on with whatevs. And you know what? We've had a great... Holy crap! We have a raid! Hello, everybody from 7 Senchi's stream. First of all, welcome in, raiders. How's it going? How's everybody doing? 7 Senchi, how was your stream? I was in there earlier. I was able to catch the duet, and that was great. And then... so hopefully the rest of the stream was okay. Oh my god, we see so many friends. If we can get a shout out for 7 Senchi, definitely. And let me go ahead and introduce myself to everybody who maybe just arrived. Hi, my name is Nam. I am also known as Crazy Asian with 3 N's on Twitch. I like sleight of hand card magic, and so if you maybe think this is cool, you could stick around and you'll see a little bit more of stuff. So that's and everybody, thank you for the follows. All right, so let me see. Hold on. Thank you for following George F8, sexy-eyed nerd, and then welcome in everybody who's just come in. Oh my God, so many streamer friends. Gibson Lens, if you want to just shout out everybody that we know as a streamer friend, feel free. Just go ahead, just do it. But welcome in Chip, Hawk6 Phoenix, Sexy-Eyed Nerd, George F8, Agent Koa, Orchestra Music, Patahari, welcome in Han, Way Past. Thank you kindly. Thank you for the raid, 7. All right. Hopefully everything went well. Cool. Let me just show something that is fun and quick. And actually, yeah, let me just grab some cards. And then if I don't want to leave people hanging if they want to see something. And then 7, if you would like to request a trick, feel free. I would like to perform something for you and your community. And if not, I'm going to do this one, which is actually a variation of the one that Charlie's Beats has selected. So we'll do this one first, and then you can see a variation of it next. If you want to compare and contrast, if you're like a magic nerd and you're like, I want to see how things are different. But anyway, okay, so what we have here are 4 aces. This trick is called twisting the aces. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to I just want to eventually have statistics on all the tricks that I'm doing. So we're going to officially do it, and then we'll do shaking the aces next, Charlie. Okay, so we have 4 aces. And they are legitimately 4 aces. I could do this with a borrowed deck of cards. The thing is, with a bunch of these aces, I would like to do something, like turn them over face up. But if I was to turn them over face up like this, that would not be interesting. That's how normal people would turn over that card. Now what I would like to do is hold the pack and give it a magical twist. And believe it or not, that's actually going to turn up the ace of hearts. I know, super weird, right? But look, if I hold the pack and give it another magical twist, that's going to turn the ace of hearts face down and turn the ace of clubs face up. Because look, we've got that face up. I know, super weird, right? And now I'm going to hold the pack and give it a magical twist. And believe it or not, that's going to turn up the ace of diamonds. Now, a lot of people may not know this, but the ace of spades is magically resistant. And it's probably easier if I show you rather than tell you. So first of all, we've got nothing face up. But if I hold the pack and give it one magical twist, the ace of spades, it may be narcissistic or egotistical, or maybe there's just not enough MP left, but if you know what magic points are. But look, even if I give it 2 magical twists, there's actually going to be nothing face up. And you know what? The only thing that will make this ace of spades turn face up is the attention of people from chat. So if you are in a browser and you want to send the magic through, you can now click on the screen and provide heat map magic. And if you're in chat, just go ahead and type 1s in chat, and that will send the magic to the packet, and that should be enough attention so that the ace of spades knows to turn itself face up. So thank you for all the heat map clicks on here, everybody. That's a lot of magic. We're building up the magic. Thank you for the ones, Hawk6 Phoenix and George and Turco Machine. Welcome in, Turco. And now, believe it or not, the ace of spades has had the narcissism assuaged, because look, it has turned itself face up. And that, my friends, is indeed twisting the aces. Thank you kindly for clicking on the screen, for everybody interacting and things in chat. Excellent, thank you very much. And 7, I do see that you have selected a trick called the Devil's Elevator. So let me set up for that and we can get that going. Let's see. Thank you for the emotes, everybody in chat. For the emotes, Chris Cox, Charlie's Beats, 7 Senchi, George, Orchestra Music, Patahati. Thank you for the sound alert claps. Checking the gaff meter. Thank you for the claps. Panda, Gibson, and Manny says that's awesome. Great, excellent. So I believe 7 came in last stream, requested the Devil's Elevator, and then saw it, and then she liked it. So I'm glad that you actually have seen enough of this trick that you're like, I like this trick, and now you can request it. So let me go ahead and find some cards here. Okay. Whoa. Lots of emotes. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub, Manny. Greatly appreciate it. Oh my god, thank you for the gobble gobble, Turco Machine. Everybody's been having fun with the sound alerts tonight, because full disclosure, I got scared earlier from one of my own sound alerts. So I was not expecting it. It was like a somber moment. I was like, what was going on? and then and that was like out of nowhere. Yes, and the Gobble Gobble is 69 channel points, also known as cards drawn, because we do sleight of hand card magic here. Okay, alright, so here we are. The Devil's Elevator. The classic Devil's Elevator. Okay. Turkey machine. That's awesome. Alright, so first things first, we have
Just blew my mind.
oh, Manny, thank you for the mind blown. Greatly appreciate it. We have the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 of diamonds. I will wait until that clears, but yes. And now we have 6s and 9s, not because of the meme. I mean, partially because of the meme, but because this is the Devil's Elevator, and at certain angles, this might look like 666. And so that's really the reason why I use these. But, okay, so what we are going to do is, first I'm going to go ahead and leave the black cards over here, and then I'm going to place the other cards out here. So look, we're going to place the 5 of diamonds square right in front, and then we're going to leave the 4 of diamonds right here, and then we're going to leave the 3 of diamonds over here, and then finally we have the 2 of diamonds. I'm just going to place that on top of the other cards. Now, the thing about the Devil's Elevator is you need to understand that there are levels of hell, and we're going to represent 5 of them here. So we have 5 levels of hell. The first, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. Now we place the 2 up top, and the easiest level to leave hell is from this topmost level. But now hopefully you understand why I have the 2, 3, and the 4, because that's where I'm going to place them. So the 2 goes in the second level of hell, and it goes in. Now when you are here and you are faced with trying to get out of hell, if you discover the Devil's Elevator, if you don't know, hell is actually a business, and as all businesses do, they have a maintenance elevator. So you find the Devil's Elevator, and you come across these, and if you look on the back of the cards, it totally looks like that they are elevator buttons. And so if you approach it, you can press the up elevator button when you're in it, and it goes up. And once it hits that top floor, ding! If you don't say ding, the trick doesn't work. But we said ding, so it's okay. Ding! Because look, the 2 has now jumped up to the top. I know, super strange. But look, we're now going to place the 3 into the third level of hell, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Once again, this poor soul has luckily found the Devil's Elevator. Decides to go ahead and press the elevator button up. Ding! And believe it or not, that 3 is actually going to hop up to the top. I know. Some people believe, oh, we need an elevator ding sound. That is brilliant. All right. I'll have to make a note to do that later. But look, so if I go ahead and I show you that these are the same black cards that we've been using the entire time. Some people think that, there's been some sort of sleight of handery, which, you might not be wrong. But we're now going to place the 4 into the fourth level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. And I'm just going to go ahead and have that soul find the Devil's Elevator, press the elevator up button, ding, and here we are. It is now on top. Okay, now some people think that I have more than 4 cards here, but no, there's actually only 4 cards here. There's not we're not doing anything new or different or anything, but now I'm going to cleanly place the 5 on the bottom of the packet, like so. And as fair as I can, I'm just going to press them all together. Just pick them up like this. Press the elevator button. Ding. And the 5 has actually hopped up to the top and can escape hell with a lot less effort than if they were at the 5th level. And that, my friends, is how you get out of hell if you find the Devil's Elevator. All right, let me catch up with chat for a moment here. Let's see. Oh, before I forget, Manny, are you still in the chat? Let me know if you're still in the chat, number 1. And then number 2, if you are still in the chat, you just subbed. I forgot to ask you if you wanted to sign a card, because anybody who subs or gives me like 500 bits, the equivalent of a sub, gets to sign a card. And if not, I will ask you offline, and then we can sign it next time or something. Okay, Cool. So let's see. Turkey Machine. Yes, that was a good one. That was a good one. I remember reading that. Thank you for the emotes, everybody. Thank you for the dings. 7 Century says ding. And then, yep, Gibson Lens says we need a ding elevator emote. Yes, great. Let's see. Yes, smart. Okay, hi. Thank you for the claps and emotes. 7 Century, Tasty, Turco Machine. You're welcome, 7 Century. Greatly appreciate the raid, so thank you very much. Jords, Charlie's Beats, Panda Volta, Gibson Lens, Hawk6 Phoenix, Chip, Sexy Eyed Nerd, and Charlie's Beats, and Hawk6 Phoenix. And I think I saw a question. Turco Machine, why the pocket on your shirt? All right, so this pocket is incidentally here. I would normally wear t-shirts that don't have anything, but I found that these are my big pajama shirts that happen to look a little bit nicer than those t-shirts, and so I wear them. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me grab this heat map thing right here. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. I got it. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Also, Turco Machine, if you would like to see me use said pocket, you should request the ultimate 3 card Monty trick. Anyway, if anybody would like to request any tricks, the trick list is currently open. We do have a couple of, well, we do have one trick in there. I just performed the Devil's Elevator, but I can perform them for you if you would like. All right. So Turco Machine, hopefully that answers your question. Purely incidental, but I've noticed that it is slightly nicer a pajama shirt, and I'm going to wear it and instead of wearing a nice shirt. But I will just straight go to bed with this after I'm done. So, all right. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to perform Shaking the Aces. Actually, can I do this? Yeah. Okay. All right, this trick is going to require the use of 4 aces. I know, super crazy, right? Okay. Now, first things first, if I was to flip these over and stick the ace of spades in face up like this amongst them. 7 says, thank you for the magic. I'm going to lurk to get comfy and find dinner. Oh yeah, completely understand. Enjoy the lurk and enjoy your dinner as well. Totally understand. Gibson says crazy aces. Oh yeah, for sure. Now, if I were to show you that ace is here, it's actually face up, and it would be very easy to see and tell, right? But look, all I have to do is sorry, this trick is not a snap trick because it's called shaking the aces. So I actually have to shake the aces, and actually by shaking the aces, it'll actually make the ace of spades not disappear, but turn face down, right? So, and we can shake it in all sorts of different manners as well. So if I go ahead and shake the packet like this as well, that's actually going to make one of the other aces turn face up. Because look, if I show you that the ace of hearts has turned itself face up. Now, if I go ahead and I shake the packet one more time, you'll actually be able to see that, look, the ace of diamonds has turned itself face up. Now, what is going to happen here is if, I think I've messed this part up. Hold on. What was the pocket trick? Oh, Turco Machine. That was the ultimate 3-card Monty, I believe. So, and now that I've just completely messed up my current setup, let's see. We knew that this was here. That's here. Okay, I think I'm fixed. Okay, if I go ahead and I show you that I can actually make the aces change by shaking them, but also while they're face up, all I have to do is shake things like this. And you'll see that that ace of diamonds changes into the ace of clubs. I know. Super strange. Now, what we are going to do is, let me see. First, I'm going to show you that all the aces are face down. And I want to show you how magicians will actually turn some cards face up, but really fast. But not this one. Don't look at this one. That's the one that I'm turning face up, but that's not the one. I want you to watch this one. So watch. This is how magicians will turn aces face up. Because look. Nope, that's not it. All right, guys. I am going to make that one a boss trick. If anybody doesn't know, if I perform a trick and it's not to my satisfaction, that's a boss trick. And then, you know what though? I'm feeling okay enough that I want to maybe try that one again. So maybe we'll do a take it from the top. I think I was a little bit interrupted of my concentration and I wanted to, so let me do that one over. So we're going to take a mulligan. Hopefully that one's okay. Mulligan. But now you guys kind of know what to expect throughout. So if you want to see if there's any additional things to watch out for, feel free. Okay, yeah, Turco Hellman's Aces is actually, yeah, based on the name of Hellman's mayonnaise. That is actually the case there. So okay, I've already messed up the setup of this trick as well. So anyway, okay, and actually, do I just want to swap these really quick? Okay, all right, let's do this. Sorry, the aces order matters to me because that's how I practiced it. Okay, all right, here we go. 4 aces. If I go ahead and I turn this over and I place the ace of spades in here and I show you, it's very easy to see that the ace of spades is in there. Okay, now look, if I go ahead and I shake the packet, you'll see that the ace of spades goes away because there it is. Now if I shake the pack a different way, like this, you'll totally see that I can now show you that a different ace has turned itself face up. The ace of hearts. Okay, cool. Now if I go ahead and I shake the pack and I do it again, here's the ace of clubs. Now if I go ahead and I show you that I can do this while the cards face up, I can just shake everything and it becomes the ace of diamonds. I know, super strange. Now if I go ahead and I show you that all of the cards are face down, that's great. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn over one of the aces, but not like this. This ace right there. Boom. Okay. Now I'm going to show you that all of the aces are turned face up, like so, and I can go ahead and show. There we are. Okay, that was a successful performance. I'll still call it a boss trick, but for the most part, I guess I just have to not look at chat, basically. I think. Boom. Okay, cool. Thank you for being patient with me, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Maybe the first and the second time. And if nothing else, maybe my mistake might have given you a secret into magic. Okay, cool. I'm not going to count it as beating the boss this time, though, so we won't do that. But anyway, so we have a trick as requested by... Oh, Manny, you're back. Manny, you had subbed, and I just wanted to ask you if you wanted to sign a card, because anybody who subs or donates like the equivalent of a sub gets to sign a card. And I don't believe you have signed one, so let me know which card you want to sign. I can pull it out and see if you want to sign one by yourself. If it's already signed, we can sign a different one, but let me know. So thank you for the claps. Panda, Gibson, checking the gaff meter. And then otherwise we can prepare for the little devil. Let me remember if I can do this one as well. That was requested by checking the gaff meter. So let's go ahead and that was what, the Queen of Spades. Let's start with that. And we'll choose red 6s and 9s this time. Okay, all right. Okay, let me remember how to do this. I'm so glad that people are choosing the tricks that I have to actually remember. Okay, so this is a little bit similar to the Devil's Elevator. It's a smaller, kind of more portable variation of the Devil's Elevator, and it only uses one card as the card of uh, elevation, in the elevator. And then I'm just using the red sixes and nines because, as I said, at different angles it might look like 666, but also memes of 6 and 9. Okay, so what we have here, oh goodness, yes, can I sign the Ace of Hearts? You can if you want to share with Avo the Crafty Art Hole. Otherwise, you can name another card and we can try and do that. Or actually, do you want to sign any of these cards before we get into anything? So, yeah, let me know if you want to share, or if you just want to choose a different one. I think all of the aces are taken, but half of the face cards are taken. There's a lot of number cards that are not taken. So, your call. And then anybody else who is unaware of Prime, I'm sure people are aware, but you can also use your Prime sub. And even if you don't use it here, just please use your Prime sub anywhere. Support somebody. Jack of Hearts. Let me see here. Nope, Jack of Hearts is open. You're good with Jack of Hearts? And also, I'm secretly stalling for time to see if I can remember exactly how to set this one up as I do. All right, Jack of Hearts. I'll just wait for a confirmation before I actually ink it. But hype. All right, I'll take the hype as a yeah. All right, cool. So we will sign this orchestra music. Oh, how am I going to cut that? We'll do orchestra on one side and then music on the other side. Let's see. Or oh, I don't want to mess this up. I messed up somebody's name before. Key straw. And then, yeah, good thing I was going to split it because I don't think music would have fit completely. Music. Okay, and we have a newly signed card with orchestra music. There we are. And it looks like orchestra music did request one, so we'll see if we can incorporate that one in later. Okay, all right, sorry. Back to this. Here we are, sixes and nines. Checking the gaff meter requested Little Devil. We're going to try and use the checking the gaff meter card. So, all right, here we are. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and place the checking the gaff meter Queen of Spades off to the side just for a second. And we have the other black sixes and nines over here. Now we're going to go ahead and place the Queen of Spades in the second position. It's kind of silly to start it on the top because it'll just be on the top. But look, if I place it in the second position and we get to the elevator, press the elevator button, ding, believe it or not, that's actually going to hop up to the top. I know, right? So now I'm going to take it out and we're going to place it here in the third position. Right there. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and snap my fingers. That doesn't do anything, actually, because you have to press the elevator button and say ding. All right. And that's actually going to bring the queen all the way up to the top. Now we're going to place this in the fourth position. First, second, third, fourth, right? And we're going to go ahead and approach the elevator, press the elevator button, ding, and believe it or not, that's actually going to bring the ace, the Queen of Spades up to the top. I know, right? And now some people believe that perhaps the queen was hiding in here the entire time, but no, there's actually, the queen is actually there. But look, we're going to squarely place it here on the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and you approach the elevator, press the elevator button, ding, and that's going to make the queen jump up to the top. And that is the little devil. Now that you've seen the devil's elevator, this is another variation of that where it's a little bit more portable. Hopefully it looks just as impressive. Thank you kindly for the request. Checking the gaff meter. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right. Thank you for the claps. Panda Volta, Gibson Lens, Hawk 6 Phoenix, Turco Machine, all right. Turco, you have requested a trick. And it is Hellman's Aces. So for anybody who is unaware, Hellman's is a brand of mayonnaise. And the name of this trick is actually based on the Hellman's. Well, I seem to be having internet problems, but I'm sure it was spectacular. Oh, my sympathies. The VOD will be up, and then if you miss the VOD, you know I shove my VODs over to YouTube eventually. So you can always catch it later. Yeah, or Best Foods Aces. Yeah. So there's a series of tricks that are called sandwich tricks because we sandwich a card in between them when we finish the trick, or maybe multiple cards, and that's kind of how this is done. So what we're going to do is we are going to show you Hellman's Aces. Traditionally uses the two jokers or a couple of like face cards that look the same, but we're going to try and have them magically find the 4 aces. So if I go ahead and I show you that if I leave the 2 jokers face up right on the top, those jokers are really great at finding these aces, because if I show you, take a look, there's now a card in between this regular joker and this Panda Volta joker. And that's the ace of spades. Now we can once again do something super similar, but instead I'm going to go ahead and let's turn them face down. And if I show you, those jokers are really good at finding an ace. And now if we go ahead and just put them down like this, and I just simply snap my fingers. Believe it or not, there's going to be a lot of sandwiching here because there's going to be a lot of aces in between these jokers. And last one, I don't even have to do anything. It's just going to show that all 4 aces have been found by the jokers. And that, my good friend, is Hellman's Aces. Turco Machine, thank you for the request. Hopefully you enjoyed. That's a little weird too, right? Like, you're looking at it, it's like, how the hell did that card get in there? Sleight of hand. You're welcome. I just gave away the secret. Guys, it's sleight of hand. I did it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, the Best Foods Aces. Alright, yeah, insert your favorite food here. So I guess if you don't like mayonnaise, we could retheme it as something one day. So maybe somebody's like vegan, can't have eggs. Okay. Thank you for the emotes. Turco Machine, thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, Chris Cox. Turco, Panda. Excellent. All right. We have now too many cards, and we're going to try and use orchestra music as well because it was just signed. So let me pull some other cards. That's a heart, so let's grab the 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, normally I would do this with the ace 2, 3, 4, 5, but we'll do it with the jack 2, 3, 4, 5 because Orchestra Music has just subbed and signed the jack of hearts. So we'll do it that way. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me see if this is correct. Let me just quickly rehearse. All right, good thing I did that because I think I messed this up there. Okay, great. Okay, now I should be good, hopefully. All right, Manny, if you're here, awesome. If you're not, no big deal. You can catch the VOD. But I hope you're still here because I think it'll be fun. Okay, so I've got 5 cards here. We have Orchestra Music, the jack of hearts. We have the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 of hearts. Now, this trick is called too many cards, and maybe you'll see why in a bit. Now, first things first, we have the jack of hearts. If I go ahead and I place the jack of hearts here, it's not on the top, and it's not on the bottom. But if I place it in like this, you would expect it not to be on the top, right? But look, if I go ahead and I snap my fingers, it's actually going to hop up to the top because Manny can handle it. He can get on top of the situation. I know, right? Okay. Now look, if I go ahead and I grab it and I once again place it in the middle, it's definitely not on the top. I place it in there. If I snap, believe it or not, right on top. Look at that. I know what you might be thinking. This isn't fair. I have 5 cards, and you only have 2 eyes. So let me just go ahead and take one out, and we'll just leave Orchestra Music right there. Okay. So let me show you that we have the 2. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the 2. If I go ahead and I place the 2 not on the top, it's not on the top. You see, it's not on the bottom. But look, if I snap, it jumps up to the top. I know, super weird. Shouldn't happen that way. And once again, I can grab it, place it into the pack, snap, and it jumps back on the top. I know, super weird. I know what you must be thinking. Nam! There's 4 cards there. That's not fair. And I would say, I know, you're right. I have 4 cards, and you only have 2 eyes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 out. Now I'm going to do this next one a little bit differently. So I'm going to go ahead and if I show you that we have the 3, 4, and the 5 of hearts here, all I have to do is place the 3 in between the 4 and the 5, and snapping won't work. Snapping will bring it up to the top. I have to just shake it gently. And actually that's going to turn the 3 of hearts face down. I know, super weird. But look, if I turn the 4 and the 5 face down and I place the 3 in between them and I go ahead and I shake again, that's actually going to turn the 3 face up. I know, super weird, right? And you'd probably be like, Nam, that is not fair. And I would be like, I know, you're right. I have 3 cards and you only have 2 eyes. So let me go ahead and do you a favor and let me go ahead and take that out. I forgot, we should probably leave Manny on top so you can, there you go. Okay, cool. So now what we've got here is 2 cards left. We've got the 4 and the 5, okay? Now if I grab the 4 and I place it underneath, you would think that that would be on the bottom, right? But look, if I go ahead and snap and I show you that the 4 has actually hopped up to the top and the 5 is on the bottom. Okay, maybe you're not impressed. Maybe, you know, I was moving too fast or something. But look, if I go ahead and I tell you that, you know what, let me go ahead and grab this and I'm going to place it on the bottom. So now the 4 is on the bottom, right? Well, here, let me go ahead and I snap. Believe it or not, that 4 is actually going to jump back up to the top. I know, super weird, right? And now what we're going to do is hear the complaints. Nam, I know that there's two cards and I have two eyes. And I would say, yo, that's fair. So you shouldn't be complaining. But you know what? Here, I'll do you a favor. I'm going to take one card away and we'll leave Manny on top. So now I have one card left. There's nowhere to run. So what card do you think this is? And I think a lot of people would say it's the five of hearts, right? And I would say, well, you're half right because it is a five, but it's actually not the five of hearts. And that, my friends, is too many cards. Hopefully you enjoy it. Starring orchestra music, aka Manny. By the way, Manny, great job on the funk train the other day. I really enjoyed that. That was good. All right, let's see. Orchestra music says, "What? That's crazy!" Thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, Cashmere, Chris Cox, Panda Volta, Manny. I love this. Too many cards. Too many cards trick. Oh my God! That's brilliant. Too many cards. That is the too many cards version of too many cards. So there you go. Too many cards. Ah. All right. Next time I'll have to remember. And thank you. That was fun. You're welcome. I am glad you enjoyed it. So thank you kindly for the sub and supporting. So. Cashmere Field. Brilliant! Hashtag brilliant. Thank you. Lol. Sorry, I had to do it. No, that's fine. That's great. Oh, whoops. I'm bad at typing. What would DP stand for? Let's see. Hawk6 Phoenix. Thank you for the pie. Yeah. Chris Cox. Thank you for lurking, Chris Cox. Hopefully you enjoyed while you were here, and if you were continuing to lurk, thank you. Oh my God, we have the Mesosphere raiding in. Welcome in, Raiders. So first things first. Hello, my name is Nam. I'm also known as Crazy Asian with 3 N's on Twitch. I'm a sleight of hand card magician. I'm very enthusiastic about it, but that's basically what I do here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I myself have co-opted a StreamerSonglist so that people can request tricks. If you would like to request a trick, feel free to use !TL to look at the trick list and request something. If you want to request something and you don't know what to request, you can just type in !random. And some people have already found that I have heat map enabled, so you can click somewhere on screen and we will get heat map things. And if we can shout out the Mesosphere and so Mesosphere, I think I've only lurked in your chat a couple times, but Mesosphere plays music. How is your stream, Mesosphere? Do you have a joke where people request Freebird and then you let a dove fly out of the hat or something? No. I basically only perform sleight of hand card magic. So if you ask for anything else that's magical, I don't do it. Even if I know roughly how to do it, it's unpracticed, so I can't do it. Also, live animals just kind of is against the Mesosphere. I used to be Boy in the Bard. Oh, Boy in the Bard. Okay, that's right, Boy in the. So I have been in your stream a little bit more than a few times. Then I forgot that you changed your name, and then yeah, I was like, wait a second, that's right. Just have to connect the dots. Oh, wait. There's a hold on. Let me see if I can get this heat map thing right here. There we go. I got it. Any wordplay card tricks? I do have a deck of cards that has letters in it. We did do one earlier today. I'm not sure if I may have to improvise one if one is requested, but we have a deck with letters in it. So is that what you mean by wordplay? I'm not entirely sure. I even do 2 card tricks poorly. Ah, yes, that's right. I vaguely remember, I think, hearing Jack and Ben talk about that. I have to take down my computer and piano stuff here, though. Carry on, lurk. Well, thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the raid. Anybody from the Mesospheres chat, if you would, or if you would, from the raid, if anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Exclamation point random or exclamation point TL. Otherwise, I will proceed with the existing list at the moment. So, and we have the 4 burglars. So let's go ahead and perform that as requested by Charlie's Beats. And actually, let me take a swig of water. So. Hope everybody is doing well. Okay. Let's main magic. Okay, first things first. We're going to need our 4 burglars. Now, I'm sorry, Manny, but you were going to be a burglar because I normally use the jacks for this, so you just happen to also be. And there we go. Okay. Now, we have the 4 burglars. These are our 4 burglars. You know what, Manny? You can be the leader, so you don't have to do any dirty work. But, okay, so what we're going to do is we have these 4 burglars. They're going to try and rob the bank. The bank is going to be represented by the deck. Now, look, I'm going to introduce you to them. The Jack of Spades, the Jack of Diamonds, the Jack of Clubs, and the Jack of Hearts. Now, the Jack of Hearts is actually going to be our leader Jack, and this is the one that gives all of the other Jacks their instructions. So leader Jack is going to tell this Jack, hey, go ahead and rob the safety deposit boxes. And it's going to tell this Jack to go ahead and rob the cash registers. And then it's going to tell this Jack to go ahead and steal everything in the vault. And so those Jacks all go away into the bank. And this Jack, in this case, orchestra music, is going to be right on top. And now the police are going to arrive on the scene. And this Jack is like, hey, I completely see the police. Guys, we need to get out of here. And so all of the Jacks had a plan going into this. They found a way back to the roof of the bank where they all get away in their helicopter. And these cards are inspectable. Like, some of these Jacks are signed, so like there's no way I can duplicate them. I mean, I could duplicate them, but there's no other Jacks in the deck. They've escaped. They're out of here. Thank you for the whoa, all joking a salad. That's a funny name. I love that name. And that is the 4 burglars. Let's see. Very cool. Well, thanks for the compliments. Thank you for the claps, Cashmere Feline. Let's see. And we have a request by Cashmere. So let me go ahead and get ready for that. Cashmere, I'm glad you actually selected this one, because if you had seen too many cards, this one is a little bit similar. It's not quite the same, but it's a little bit similar. So once again, if you see similar tricks, you can compare and contrast if you are interested. Thank you for the claps. Panda Volta. Excellent. Okay. Now, we're going to be playing Ace on Top. This is not so much a trick as it is a game. All it requires is legitimately 5 cards. In this case, the Ace through 5 of any suit. We chose hearts because I had them mostly clumped up from one of the previous tricks. But just know that in this trick, if you ever have to guess what card is on top, it's going to be the Ace. Or if I've removed it from the deck, it's going to go in ascending order. So if it's not the Ace, next it will be the 2. And then it will be the 3. And then it will be the 4. And then it will be the 5. And that's kind of like a weird property of this self-correcting packet, right? I'm going to do a magical move. And it's going to be this. I'm going to draw attention to it, all right? This is all it is, though. Look, I'm going to take the 5 and turn it face down on top of the deck. Okay. Important question. What card is this on the top? Any guesses? Anybody? Ace? All right, Kashmir, you guess ace? All right, because if you guess ace, you would be correct. Because here, look, it's the ace. Excellent. So now I'm going to remove the ace. Oh, Pantalime, thank you for the 5. All joking, a salad, also guessed 5. Incorrect, though. It was an ace. Now, what follows the ace? Because I already took the ace out. It's going to be the 2. And now, what follows the 2? Excellent. The 3. And then the 4 and the 5. Important question now. What card is this? Five. All right, Pantalime says 5. Now, I just want to draw the attention, though. Now that this is stacked, is this not on top? All joking, a salad says 5. Kashmir says ace. Kashmir would be correct, because that is the ace. And then it's followed by the 2. Then the 3. Then the 4. And then the 5. Now that you understand the self-correcting nature of the packet, let me proceed. If I go ahead and I take the ace, I wasn't even trying to hide anything. This is definitely the ace. The ace is definitely on the top at the moment. But look, let me go ahead and place the ace into the middle. And I'm going to show you, it's not on the top, and it's actually not on the bottom either. Some people might think that, but it's definitely going into the middle. Now, because of the self-correcting nature, what card is this? What card's on top? If you guessed, here, I'll just make it quick for you. If you guessed the ace, you would be correct. I know, right? Super weird. Now look, I'm going to grab the ace, and I will place it clearly in the middle. It's going to be going here, right? It's going right there. Now what card is this? Now remember, this is not a trick. This is a game. What is on top? If you guess the ace, you'd be correct, because look, there's the ace. I'm going to remove the ace for the time being. Ace, Kashmir says. Yes, ace, you got it. Okay. Okay, so now we have 4 other cards. The ace is taken out. I'm going to leave the ace face up, so you totally know that it's there. But look, I'm now going to go ahead and show you. Here's the 2. I'm going to take the 2 and place it furthest away from where it needs to be. I'm going to place it here. I'm going to close that up. And now, with the self-correcting nature of this, and the ace being, what card is next? What Turco Machine says, what is Crazy's favorite music band? Ace of Base. Can't be 5. 2? Yeah, it's totally 2. Of course it's 2. Of course it's 2. Now, with these other cards, would you believe that I can actually perform this trick with the cards face up? So here, let me give you a situation here. Let me show you. If I have the cards in this orientation, right? So look, if I have this, in order to do this face up, the ace has to jump all the way up to the top. The 3 has to slide over into the middle. 5's got to jump all the way down to the bottom. The 2 has to jump all the way up here, and the 4's got to take over 1 slot. So the question is, if I was to do this face up, do you think I could just do it with literally 1 move? So with these 5 cards, the 1 move that I need to do is I need to find the ace and place it on the top. Sorry, excuse my cough. So obviously we see that the ace is on the top. What card follows the ace? The 2. What card follows the 2? With that jumbled mess, it shouldn't be the 3, but it is, because of the self-correcting nature of this packet. What follows the 3? The 4, and of course the 5. And that, my friends, is the game of Ace on Top. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And thank you kindly for the request, Kashmir Feline. Hopefully you enjoyed as well. Thank you for the claps. Kashmir, Turco. All joking, a salad says, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you're breaking my brain. All right, all joking aside, I think you just came in with the raid, so you probably don't have too many channel points yet, but here, we'll give you this one.
Just blew my mind.
Boom! There you go. Thank you for the claps, Panda Volta. And that, my friends, was Ace on Top. Oh, I was about to do exclamation point clap. I'm like, wait, I'm performing. I know how it's done. All joking, a salad says, "Lol, I love it." I'm glad you love it. Hopefully you enjoyed that trick. Okay, so everybody, the trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free to make a request. Exclamation point TL to see the trick list, or exclamation point random, and that'll put a random one in the queue. With the exception on if it happens to hit a random one that I've already done tonight, it may say, "Oh, I already got it." That's the problem with only having 50 magic tricks in in the queue. But I mean, that's what we got. So, but anyway, let's you know what, we've been doing so great on these, and I did see some people who loved some of these earlier, so I'm gonna give another one out. Here we go. Dad joke. Oh, thank you kindly for the follow. All joking a salad. Greatly appreciate it. Okay. Did you hear about that guy that got the left side of his body chopped off? Because he's all right now. I'm here all week. Cashmere Feline says, that sounds about right. Pantalime says, ha 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 ha. Thank you for the lulls, everybody. All joking aside, haha, I gotta sleep, but this was great. Well, thank you for stopping in, and hopefully you enjoyed. And if you wanted to enjoy more, I've got all my VODs up and available, so you can just watch them over. Pantalime, hello! I was thinking, he's always right. Yes, that's a good one, so you totally got it. Yeah, I was wondering if, because I have a couple of dad jokes that are not necessarily dad jokes. Like, they are maybe not appropriate. But I don't know. We'll see if I get to that point. Let's see. All right. So, man, I've been up for a while, and there's a couple. I probably streamed a little bit longer than usual. How am I doing? Oh man, 3.5 hours. All right. Let's say this is fine because I don't have work tomorrow, but I am getting a little tired at this point. So let's say last call if anybody wants to request anything. Otherwise, I will select a trick or two to do as my finale tricks. And I'm glad that some new people are here because then I can use a couple of my existing finale tricks as my finale tricks, and they'll be new to them. So, and then we'll find somebody to raid. Now, I hope nobody minds, but usually I raid musicians because I have a lot of friends in music Twitch, so that's usually what we do. But let me see what I may want to do as a finale. And those of you guys who have been here for my finale have known what I like to do for my finale. So we'll probably end up doing one of those. Not giving away secrets of magic right now, right? Okay, good. Sometimes I worry because I'm like, oh, do I not have my chat camera up? Alright, so if nobody wants to request anything during last call, I will go ahead and... This is probably one of my just favorites to end with. And then let me just quickly scope out who's up and running on the Twitchiverse to raid. Let me just quickly scope out... But I think we have a bunch of options. I don't normally go this late, so I should have more people than usual to choose from. Oh, hey. Alright, yeah, I've got... Let's see here. Okay, I have an idea. Assuming he's still streaming afterwards, I think we'll raid Vince Vango. That's the plan. All right. So, anyway, um, let's just do some final announcements. Thank you, everybody who is here today, whether you're lurking, you came from a raid, especially if you came from a raid and you stayed. Thank you kindly for staying and hanging out for a while. Thank you to anybody who interacted with the stream, whether you clicked the screen, requested a trick, gave me a number, picked a card. Thank you, everybody who subscribed and slash or gave me bits. You guys are way too generous. Thank you kindly for a relatively small streamer. So let's see. Thank you kindly for the raids, the Mesosphere, and 7 Senshi. Thank you for the resubs, or just the subs or the resubs. Orchestra Music, Panda Volta. Thank you for the bits, Chris M. Yee, Ken R1. Thank you for everybody who followed today. Yeah, you're welcome. Let's also give a shout out to my mod, Gibson Lens. If you are not following Gibson Lens and you enjoy music streams, plays piano, plays VGM, esoteric music, popular music, also has a lot of originals, and the most popular original being Expanse. So please give Gibson Lens a follow. And all right, and if that is that, let's go ahead and hop to our performance of a trick called Dazed. And I will once again let everybody know I did not sign I did not sign any deals with the devil. I don't practice black magic. I don't do real sorcery. This is all sleight of hand magic, so don't lose any sleep. All right, I have a packet of cards here, and here we've got a 6 of diamonds and a queen of clubs. And these cards, if I thumb through the other 4 cards here, you'll see that there's nothing weird about them on this side. But if I flip them over, you will see something strange, because there are also backs, except for this one. This one's super weird. This one's a blank card, so it's blank on the front, but it has a back on the back. So now if I show you, these are all double backers, but they have a very strange property amongst them. If I go ahead and I bring this 6 of diamonds over, if I just hover this over the 6 of diamonds, it's kind of weird because it reflects the 6 of diamonds. But not only that, it actually changes all of the cards in the stack to be 6 of diamonds. I know, that's super weird, right? Okay. Now if I bring over this queen of clubs, how some magicians will perform this is they go ahead and wave it over the top, and they'll then say that the queen jumps up to the top. And that's not exactly true, as we just discovered. It'll actually change all of the cards in the packet to be queens of clubs. I know, that's super weird, right? And now we have this strange card and this strange packet of cards here. So if I just show you that I place this face down and I just turn this blank card over, because of this strange property, all of the cards become blank cards. I know, super weird, right? But actually some people want to see the backs of all of these cards too, and I can show you all of the backs are also just normal backs. And that, my friends, is Dazed. And let me go ahead and grab this heat map thing right there. There we go. Got it. And that is my handling performance of Dazed as our finale trick for tonight. Thank you kindly for everybody who is in here. As I said, thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the subs, resubs, the bits, the raids, the love in chat, the fun times. Man, some of those sound alerts, let me just say, perfectly timed. So especially checking the gaff meter, thank you for those. Thank you for the claps. Cashmere, Orchestra, Hawk 6 Phoenix, Gibson Lens, Agent Koa, George, Panda Volta, Hawk6 Phoenix, thank you kindly. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And let's see. I know one day that I will have a sub raid, but that is not today. So we just have a regular raid call. But yeah, if anybody would like to copy that, we will head over to Vince Vango's stream. Let me go ahead and
On December 16th,
first of all get over there. And then I should start the raid. Okay. Alright. We're starting. Now, if anybody enjoyed that magic, feel free to give me a follow. I don't really have a consistent schedule. I normally stream on Sunday nights. Not usually this long because I normally have work. But this week I have work off. So, not to be surprised, I may try and have a daytime stream during the day, sometime during the week this week. Don't know when, don't know what day. But that is that. And if you would like to see tons more magic, I have all my VODs here. You can check out my YouTube channel. I have tons of magic there as well. So, anyway, thank you very much. Love you all. And you have a glorious day. See ya.
Wait, who rated?